This is the URT. You are the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe to the URT. URT. Who are we? Big up the URT. Big up people. I hope you're all well. Smash a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Big up everybody. We're here. We're there, everywhere. Champions League draw done. Zirkzee on his way out. Manchester United scrapping now. Scrambling in the last couple of days of the transfer window, man. Damn. It was all a dream. Yo, I don't know what happened, but it was all a dream, man. Big up to everybody. Love and like. Please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Free the people, free the land, man. If you know, you know. Big up to every one of you. We're going to be talking about the Champions League draw tonight, man. Champions League draw, Zirkzee. We're going to be talking about the left back. So we're going to be talking about the Zirkzee. Going to be replaced. We're going to be talking about all those. What's going on with our attack? It's Michael Carrick trying to develop to play different type of football this season. Does he have the players in the squad to do that? We're going to be talking about it, breaking it all down for you all. Yeah, we're going to be looking at Jim as well, man. And finally, the podcast that's been part of the Ineos Defense League for the longest time have finally cracked. They have finally cracked. People telling us about they got no money, they got this, that, they got that, they haven't got this, they haven't got that. It's crazy. They finally, Laurie Whitwell and Andy Mitten started talking about the ownership model. We're going to be showing you some of that. We're going to be talking about that. Big up to every one of you. Love and like. Please smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And we've got a lot to talk about, people. Hold tight the IDLs, wherever you are. I hope you're well. I hope Ineos can bail you out tonight in the next coming days. Big up, man. I don't know, bro. Yo, big up to my brother Rance, man. Listen, it's just a matter of a football opinion, bro. But he probably has something to do, bro. Seriously. He ain't that deep. Things ain't that deep, bro. Probably a busy man. Did the Champions League draw, obviously. Probably had things to do, bro. So it's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. Big up, people. Please smash the like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We'll be back after this intro. We will be back after this intro. Big up the people, big up the gang, big up the people, big up the people, big up the people. Nora, did you see Rio's comment? He said we can't sign the 100 mil players. We can't judge Manchester United standards and expect. Rio is a fraud, bro. Rio is a fraudster. He's a fraud, man. Amazing player. One of Manchester United's greatest centre-backs. Probably one of the best centre-backs this country's ever produced. Rio Ferdinand is a footballer. Absolute legend. Absolute amazing. Rio Ferdinand as a pundit, as a YouTuber, absolute fraud. He's a fraudster, bro. That's what Rio Ferdinand. I can separate. Rio Ferdinand, the player, magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. One of the best centre-backs I have ever seen at Manchester United. And I seen Stam. I thought Stam was the greatest centre-back we ever had that I've seen in my lifetime. Rio Ferdinand was something else. But as a YouTuber, as a pundit, fraud. When it comes to Manchester United, fraud. fraud, fraud, fraud. When it comes to protecting the ownership, fraud. They've got him now interviewing players when they sign. Tillemans was on there. He's going to be interviewing Blaber soon. Seriously. The season before, the club had him and Rooney promoting a kit. This is what we're talking about. So when Rio talks about, when he's talking about the ownership model, why Manchester United are not signing players, don't listen to a word he said. He's a fraudster. He's a fraudster. He is a fraudster. But how are we doing anyway, people? Are we excited about the Champions League? Are we excited about the Champions League? Are we having it? Are we excited? Are we excited? Are we having it? Are we excited? Yeah? That's the question we ask. Are we excited about... Okay, are we excited? Actually, let me just double check something quickly. Because I don't know. Yeah. I did that right, yeah. I don't know why. YouTube's doing funny things sometimes, man. But yeah, people, how are we doing? Well, if it's in Manchester, it's a proper washout, man. Proper torrential rain. I'm never going to moan about rain when I've had amazing weeks of sunshine in Manchester. We've had an amazing summer in terms of the amount of sunshine we've had. And we've got to be grateful and thankful about that. But the rain is finally here. Some people couldn't take it. They wanted rain. You know, rain can bring many blessings. So it's been pissing down all day in Manny. I heard it's raining in London as well. But big up my like Simba said, bro, Rio has tarnished his legacy for me from being one of the greatest ever players to be the Glazer mouthpiece. Yeah. Listen, I can separate too. You know, I love Rio and I will always love Rio the player. Rio the pundit, no chance. No chance. Because it's not honest. It's not, he doesn't, there's no, none of his arguments are in good faith. I'm excited about the Champions League. I'm worried about the new face, Carrick's tactics. I hate style of play. Yo, we got to take it easy, man. We got to take it easy. For me, we have to be on their necks, bro. Manchester United need to sign players. That's what we need to do. We need to sign players. That's what Manchester United need to do. But big up to every one of you. Love and like. Smash the like. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not, I'm just going to put the poll up here now. Just get to 100 likes ASAP, people. And then we move on. We will adjust. Have you liked the video? The video. The quicker we can get to 100 likes, the more I can do some more. We can do some topical discussions, interactions. We can ask you about the Champions League. I can ask you to think where we're going to get to in the Champions League. I'm going to ask you if you're going to sign a new left back, if we're going to sign the striker that we need now that Zirkzee is going. You know, I can ask you about all these things. If the quicker we get to 100 likes, the more people here, if you get over 200 people here, we need 200 likes. So that's how we're moving on this channel. We're shadow banned, people. Remember that. You know what I mean? We're shadow banned. We're shadow banned. We are shadow banned. So let's go, people. Let's go. Let's get the likes up. Likes up. ASAP. ASAP. Big up my like Noah. Big up all my East African family. Big up everybody, man. Big up everybody, wherever they're from in the world. Before even the show started, we had 25 likes. So majority of you have not liked the video. So you guys need to get to 100 likes ASAP. And then we'll do some poll questions. Big up my like Bayern Atletico. Yo, it's lightning. Lightning. Bayern Atletico, those are the losses. Roma, Sporting Lisbon, Leipzig, Ferroyard, God knows. We should beat Sabat and Como, but I'm not ignorant, arrogant, will steamroll like they did Hull. Simba. We have to get them up. We have to get them up. Big up. Any truth that we've been linked to Brighton's left back, Kade Al-Gudi? Well, that's the link. I hope we can sign him. I don't want to see Shaw playing left back. He's a coward of a left back. Listen, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Yeah, man. There comes the man of the moment, man like Loani.
Hey, good evening, guys.
Big up, bro. How you doing?
Good, good. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you? Where are you? Talk to me. Tell me location. Where are
Oh,
you?
location today is Kosaki, New York, right below Albany, the capital. So I'm like about an hour from home, just waiting to be called to the dock. So yeah.
Yeah,
How
big
are
up, man.
you? How have you been?
Yeah, we're good, bro. We're good. Champions League draw done. Looking forward to that. The champions.
Yeah, we're back, right?
We're back, bro. We're back with a bang, bro. We're back. We can't be Hull, but we'll get through the Champions League, bro. Don't you worry. We'll get through to the next round.
Oh, come on, Nuruddin. Come on, Nuruddin. Be happy we're back. Look,
We're back, bro. We're back.
Look, I think we're back in the right format. I think the old format would have caused us a bit of a problem, but I think this new format kind of ease us in easier because there's a lot more team, and the big team beating each other, it won't have too much implication. Eventually, the big teams or so-called big team will end up beating up on the small team, and they will find their way in the knockout round anyway. So I think this new format work well for us.
Definitely. But how you been? How's everything? You're good.
Oh, everything
Have you
good.
recovered from the whole? Are you looking forward to Ipswich? What do you think about the signings? We're letting Zirkzee go. Talk to me. How are you feeling? No
Yeah,
left back, no striker,
yeah.
no central defender.
To be honest with you, like after the defeat against Hull the whole week, I've heard a lot of. I'm driving all the time, and all I'm listening to is content about United, and I'm hearing a lot of people get alarmed over how we lost that game. And I don't think he's all that, Nordin. I don't think he was as bad as people are describing. I'm hearing a lot of scapegoating. It's a weird stuff to sit down and hear that, oh, yeah, we got bullied in the midfield or Tilleman was trash. Come on, none of those is really a true statement. It looked like we have engaged in some kind of like everybody try to justify their own narrative by taking an opinion that fits more into their own bias. But it's true, opinion is an opinion, but you still have to be true to a certain extent. If we say we've been bullying in the midfield, I don't know, how didn't even play through the midfield for us to be bullied. I've heard strange stories like, oh, we have possession for the sake of possession. There is never something as possession for the sake of possession if both of your DM, majority of their progressive passes are in the opposition half. We there is always three phase of play in football, right? The build up phase, the control phase, and the finishing phase. If you telling me that Tilleman and both Santos, most of their passes are in the opposition half, more than 50% of their passes are in the opposition half, what that story tell me is that we are probing. We are in their half, and we probing, and it's never easier to break down a team that have like 6 men on the from one flank to another. They just essentially lock down the flank with 6 men. They put 3 men in front of them, another man on top. Like you, I don't care how good of a team you are or how star studded you are. You're still going to struggle to be a team that put 10 men behind the ball. And I'm also hearing stuff like, yeah, Tilleman is trash. He's not physically fit. I watched I watched the game a second time. The second time I watched the game, like a few minutes into the game, I saw Tilleman taking the ball and he got somebody press him. He dribble and then another person, and he took four people, and they still have to commit a foul to get the to try to get the ball off him. I don't think Tillman was that bad. To be honest with you, he's getting a bit irritating because I'm seeing people make allocation for players that lose the ball 22 times and then crucify a player that lost the ball 11 times and that had the burden of progressing our ball on him. Tilleman did not deserve the smoke he's getting. If anything, after watching that game, I'm convinced more and more that if Baleba come in, I think the one that will need to sit will be Santos, because I think that our best midfielder is probably Kobe and Tilleman as a 2-8, and then Baleba or Santos. Then that will give us the midfield three that we have. As for Bruno, I don't know. We can do whatever we want out of him, but I don't think Bruno in that midfield does us any favor at all. He unbalances as hell. He doesn't operate in the 10 position, and we can either move to a 4-3-3 formation like you guys have been advocating all along, or if we keep in the 4-2-3-1, just replace him. But I think that we can operate with three midfielder, 2-8, and our best will be Tilleman and Kobe, because they both have different way of breaking down teams. And if you look at their heat map, Kobe operate more on the left side, and it look like Tilleman operate more on the right side from what I've seen of the heat map. So they don't really like get into each other way. They're more like completing each other. So I think that would be our best, because Kobe is a better ball carrier than Tilleman, and Tilleman is a better passer than Kobe. You don't get any more complete than that if you're trying to break a team down. So I don't know. All week long, I've been listening to a lot of people chatting a lot, saying, "Hey, opinion is opinion," like I said. But come on, sometimes it's frustrating when you feel like everybody is kind of inventing something just to get a scapegoat, man. If we are like that boyfriend, that guy that's in love, or that lady that's in love, you make excuse for the one you love, and then you just blame the one that gives you everything. How long are we gonna keep doing this thing? So Zirkzee leaving, I'm gutted though. I'm gutted because I don't feel sorry for him, because I know he's a good player. He'll definitely make it somewhere else. I feel sorry for us because we are the one making this mistake again. We're letting the footballers leave, and then we're keeping the ones that want to run here and that don't want to play football. So what are we trying to build? Are we trying to build a possession-based team, or we just trying to bully our way out of a league that thrive on bullying? You're not gonna beat anybody with running and intensity. You have to match it, but that's not going to be your difference maker if you want to finish in the top four.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
What do you think, Nuruddin? Do you think that we are in distress, or like against Ipswich, we won't be able to pull it off?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be very interesting game to see what the lineup is going to be in that game. Big up. So listen, let's get to the Champions League first. Let's break that down first, yeah. And
Okay.
then we can talk about Ipswich. We can talk about Zirkzee. We can break it down. But this is what we've got. This is big up to Khalees Ramadan Lassie, by the way, for adding us. Bayern Munich, we played them before. Historic, you know what I mean? They knocked us out. We had the biggest laugh in '99. I think we got all our luck. I don't think we knocked them out since after '99. I don't remember us knocking them out. Atletico Madrid, we have never beaten Atletico Madrid in a competitive game. Never.
Okay.
Roma, good memories. We smashed them at home. Remember, we smashed them at home. And we played really well to get to a final. On the other side, remember Ronaldo header when he banged his head, Scholesy cross. I'll never forget that. Sporting Lisbon, I don't know how many times we played them in the Champions League. Leipzig, we played Leipzig. Remember lockdown? 5-0 or 5-1 it was, but then they knocked us out in the next round.
Yeah.
Villarreal, Actually, Villarreal we never beat till we beat them a couple of years ago for the first time in competitive games. We never beat them in competitive games until
Yeah.
we beat them. I think it was Lingard and Ronaldo and those boys who scored.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And actually, the last guy who was the manager of Manchester United, interim manager, when we beat Villarreal, was Michael Carrick. Some people remember Michael Carrick, especially for the away game. He was the manager, and he dropped Bruno in that game, actually, Luani. That's the most interesting thing. And
Yeah.
then he started Ronaldo, then he dropped Ronaldo on the bench and started Bruno against Chelsea, if you remember. Sabah,
Yeah.
we've never played them. They're from Azerbaijan. We played teams from Azerbaijan, but we've never played Sabah. And then Como, they are the Cesc Fabregas team. They play a very good football. That game is going to be entertaining. If you turn up that game, they're going to play a lot of good football. So Bayern Munich is a tough one, playing them at home. Roma at home. We should get 3 points there. Sporting Lisbon away, we should get at least a point there. Leipzig, we should win our home games, basically. Sabah, Leipzig, Roma, we should beat those two. Bayern Munich, they'll probably beat us. They're a better team than us. Sabah, we should win. So we should at least win 3 home games and at least 1 away game. What do you reckon to the draw?
Yes. Yes. As I say, I think that the format benefit us in the way it is us in. There's a lot of small team to play, but when it comes to the Champions League in general, I think that for any team that's not an elite team, that's not named PSG, Real, or Bayern Munich, you can use the same formula to beat them all. Especially if you come in from the Premier League, where you have been primed to physicality due to the competitive nature of the Premier League. So you can use the same formula to beat the small team, and losing to the big team to a certain extent, I think will not affect us moving to the next round as long as we take care of business when it comes to the small team. The Premier League being physical, I think that it will prime us in a certain way. It will prime us to be ready to overpower those small teams in the Champions League. Because no matter how technical or no matter how tactical those continental teams are, they can only get to a certain level before our physicality or the intensity that we've been primed to in the Premier League make the difference. So I'm not saying it's an easy draw for us, especially in our current state. But if we can gain our form in the Premier League back as soon as possible, especially before the Champions League round start, I think we will do very well, especially with the small team. I'm not too worried. When it comes to teams like Bayern, for example, we can look at Bayern like they're a powerhouse, but away I'm not too sure. But at home is anybody's game because um, we can compete. I believe we can compete just for the sheer physicality. We can compete. So I think we'll be in good shape when it comes to the Champions League. The one I'm worried about is the Premier League
Yeah,
because the
I'm with
Premier
you.
League
Yeah,
is unforgivable. Like if you don't
yeah.
gain your form quickly, you will go down. You'll be at the bottom before you even blink. So
Now, 100%, 100%. Yeah, big up, Ben. Have I not sent you the link? Damn. Apologies, Ben. Jump on, my friend. Jump on, man like Ben. Man like Ben, you know. Man like Ben, you know. Ben. Man like Ben. Yo, my
and
bad.
it's also weird because the Premier League, because of the amount of money that's being spent in the Premier League, bringing in all those continental players and coaches as well. He raised the technical floor of the Premier League went up a little bit, which normally he should allow the top 6 team in the Premier League to be able to compete more at a European level because one thing that amount of money brought in is the technical ability went up without sacrificing the intensity that the Premier League already had. So normally we should be seeing more team in the Premier League that qualify for the Champions League be able to mash up work and beat their European counterpart. Do well actually in general, whether it's Aston Villa, whether it's the lower tier of the top five or the very top Arsenal. We've seen that in recent years, so that work in our favor.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's definitely going to be very interesting. Listen, I said it months ago, Luani, that I think Manchester United will do well in the Champions League because teams attack, and we know what happens when teams attack us, isn't it? You know, we get, you know, we're here, we're there. You know, our players like space. If you know, Luani. Our players love a bit of space.
Yeah, it's so conflictual because before we get there to that level, though, we still need to know who we are as a team and how we're trying to play. Because right now, that's the thing. We have such an identity crisis. We're trying to play a certain model of football by using a different model of players. So we need to sort that out before we get there. Because no matter how much intensity we bring to the table, it's not going to make any difference if you don't know who you are or what you're trying to do.
No, definitely. Big up, Ben. Ben, are you there? How you doing, Ben?
Big up, man. Big up the Wani. Big up the chat, man.
Big up, Benji.
Big up the likes. Smash the likes, people. Subscribe, bro. How are we, guys? Ben? All good? Ben? All good, man. All good. All good, bro. What about you, bro? Family good?
Yeah.
Family good. Everything good, Ben.
Big up, man.
How about you?
Good, man. Good. Family's good, bro. Family's well.
How is the team going? How is your integration into your new team going?
Good. Still not well. As we played last week, we drew our first game. I didn't get picked, obviously, but I don't expect me to get picked for maybe a couple of weeks, could be months. I'm just not match fit at the moment. Obviously, a part of that reason was because I didn't go in preseason with them. I did arrive very, very late, obviously with the medical and stuff, failing at the first. But yeah, look, I just need to get there. Just need to keep focusing on myself, focusing in the gym, and yeah, just it will come. It will come.
What would you? If I may be curious, why would you say you're not match fit? Are you comparing yourself to the current left back, the current right back that they have from?
I'd say the intensity of like the division, should we say? Because like I'm jumping from basically 3 divisions higher than what I am, which is a big jump. People would say it's not a big jump, but it's a huge jump. Like it's crazy. Like, you know, I'm technically speaking three divisions off from professional, which is crazy. But like it is crazy. Like when you do jump that, you know, those divisions up. And
the word of advice to you though, Ben, I think everything happens in the head first. You know. I don't think you should think of it that the division that you jump into is not necessarily the issue, right? If you look at it from the fact that you belong there, that you can do it, I think you'll be fine. That's half of the job.
Yeah. Even like the manager system as well, like, because you know the systems I played is a 5-4, a right back nerd and not left back. The positions I've played is
you can play both. We've seen you. I'm taking
I can play both. I can play. Or I'm okay left back, but I do tend to struggle, obviously, because I don't really like, you know, when
touching the ball with your right foot.
Yeah. No, I just don't. It's very weird to me, bro, and I feel a wee bit awkward at times. But honestly, bro, it's crazy, bro. But like on a real, bro, like there's 2 different systems I've played, which is the 5-4-1 and the 4-2-3-1 formation. And obviously 5-4-1, you're a lot more you're composed, you're a lot more, you know, compact as well. Like, you know, there's a lot of bodies in the midfield too. In the 5-4-1 formation, but I just think with this formation I'm playing with right now, the 4-3-3, when there's no number 10s off the ball, we're playing super compact, and then when we have the ball, we're super high up in the pitch, especially me and our whoever it is, the fullbacks, we're so high up in the pitch. That's what our manager wants us to do, bro. Yes, it's
Okay.
risky. It's very, very risky, but you know, that's what it's all about. Like I think playing risky football is not a detrimental at all in modern day football. It's actually a good thing, especially when you got pacey centre backs too. And just I mean, we've got one pacey centre back and then the other one's a wee bit slow. But it is what it is. You have to find a way around the team. Like, obviously we help each other with different profiles as well. Like so look it'll come, bro. But nah, I'm not
Mm.
much fit at the moment, like, but it will take me it'll take me a while, like, obviously understanding the manager's tactics, obviously the intensity of the division, and just like even like the division I played before, it wasn't really as intense as what right now. Like, we never really did any gym workouts, any gym sessions. It was only realistically once a week, which is just not good enough, and just shows the level I was playing at before. But now it's just 2 or 3 gym sessions a week, and then the rest is just all football training. Like, and understand the going into every game, like what team we're playing against. Is it a low block team? Is it a mid block team? Is it a high press? It's just understanding like your opponent and preparing yourself to actually match what your opponent's going to do in the pitch. Like, so it's just all that, like, but it all just comes down to
No, listen, big up, Ben. Listen, you're gonna do
Big up.
great once you get in. Big up. Listen, Champions League. Mr. Weetabix Potato Barada is here speaking. He says, "This is for message for Ben." He says, "Whether Manchester United can win the Champions League, United, at United, we approach every competition to win it. We're going to take it one match at a time and try to go as far as possible." Big up, Taka. Listen, it's absolute joke. Listen, can I just, you know what? I've got a bone to pick with a therapy army tonight. Those people who tuned in. So you're basically saying we're not even got to 60 likes yet, right? We're not even anywhere near 100 likes. We've been live for half an hour, right? There's over 100 of you in here. So we're not even close to 100 likes. And 25 likes were already on the thing before we started the show. So 88% of you who are watching the show have said they've liked the video. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie.
Guys, if you frustrated, you got it because Zirkzee is leaving. Express it by liking the video.
Yeah, people, just like the video. Talk to me, man.
Come
We're
on.
back in the big leagues, man. We're back in the big times, everybody. Champions League, you're having a laugh. Champions League, you're having a laugh. The champions. Listen, we've been there. Ben, this is
yes,
our
big up.
team. Bayern, Atletico Madrid,
I've seen
Roma,
this.
Sporting Lisbon, Leipzig, Villarreal, Sabah, Como. Talk to me.
Yeah.
What do you think about the group?
You know what? I don't like the fact we're playing Atletico Madrid away. Like, I just know that's going to be a very boring game. I can't lie. I would have loved if one of them, if one of the teams was Madrid or Barcelona. Like, obviously, I love Madrid. I love playing at Barcelona. I just think, yeah, obviously, Bayern Munich is going to be a big test. I think Atletico Madrid is going to be a big test too. But like, there's other wee fixtures as well I like the look of. Obviously, Roma. We've had a lot of history with Roma in the past. In Man United years, obviously, we've had a lot of history with Leipzig and Villarreal, of course. Leipzig, they knocked us out, I believe, one time. And also Villarreal, obviously, we know what happened Villarreal with, the Europa League as well. Like, so, look, it's going to be very interesting, man. I don't think, and obviously Como, I believe that's Cesc Fabregas's team. So, look, not easy in games, people. Obviously, I expect us to do well. The main games I expect us to do well in is the home games. Like, that's what I do expect. Like, we should be at least winning three of our home games from that fixture list. If we don't, then it's just not good enough. But look, I like the fact that we're not traveling too far too. I think the furthest we're traveling, by the looks of it, is Italy. By the looks of it, I might be wrong, chat. Correct me if I am wrong. But yeah, look, it looks okay. I've seen Manchester City's list, and God bless them, bro. Because honestly, they have a really, really, really difficult team group, bro. It's ridiculous, Man City's group. But honestly, you just got to play whoever's in front of you, man. I don't really give a shit, bro. Whether it's Madrid, Barcelona,
Yes.
Bayern Munich, Arsenal, we there's no excuse. There's no excuse from us. This is Champions League, people. We need to be at least getting top 16 or the quarterfinals. I'd even say quarterfinals. If we get quarterfinals, I'm taking that. I'm taking that. Well done. That's it. Now obviously I want to go and win it. Like that's what every Man United fan would dream. But sadly, people, we're just not that club. We're not that club. We didn't. We did. Michael Carrick didn't get backed enough. Just like Ten Hag didn't get backed enough. Just like Amram didn't get backed enough. Like I said, Carrick is just gonna get. The pressure is gonna hit Carrick big time. And the fact that we still haven't even got a left back, by the way, it's the 27th of August. We still haven't addressed the centre backs or the striker. This is really, really concerning. And look, Norden, you stressed it so many times. We need a squad. We need depth, but you need quality in that depth and that squad, which is what we've been saying. But right now, what I'm seeing right now is it's not good enough. And I said to people, 6 or 7 signings would get us over the line in terms of competing in the Champions League, competing in the higher ups in the Premier League. But right now, our squad is it's okay, but we are still very thin, especially in the back. Yes, we've got 6 defenders, but half or 75% of our fucking defenders are injury prone, and this is the issue. So look, it is what it is. But I do expect Man United to go through the group stage. If Man United don't go through the group stages, honestly, it's going to be dark, bro. It really will be dark, man. I do not want to be like Ten Hag with Onana. Obviously, we didn't go through last time and we were out of the Champions League. It was embarrassing. I think we finished last in that group, which is just embarrassing, bro. That should never be Man United standard. And it is what it is, bro. And I seen Sir Jim the Rat and I seen Omar Barada, at the place of the draw. And honestly, bro, Sir Jim obviously smiling and stuff from Omar Barada. And I feel like just saying, guys, get the fuck out of that place, bro, and start fucking negotiating, contacting teams, bro. You lot are just sitting there with your fucking cigars, with your private jets, literally there at the fucking draw, and you're not doing shit helping Michael Carrick, who's in need of help. He's in desperate mode. We need a left back. We need a centre back and a fucking striker. Get the fuck out and stop being a lazy fuckers, bro. Because they're being lazy, bro. They're being tight cunts, bro. Excuse my language. They are being tight, super, super tight because they're saving so much money for this fucking stadium, bro. And everyone keeps saying Man United, we don't have money and stuff. It's never been about the money. It's about saving for this stadium, bro. That's why they're increasing the ticket prices, the season ticket prices, everything. And it is what it is, bro. But look, it is what at the end of the day, people can say I'm fucking negative, but you lot are backing a racist. And if you are backing racism, then honestly, his racist comments, I don't know what to say to you people. I really don't know what to say to you because if that was any other club, yes, racism is everywhere in this world, but if that was any other club, people, I fucking promise you, people, there would have been action, there would have been fucking justice, and they would have left. They would have left on the basis for their own good and for the best interest for the football club and for the best interest for the fan base. But no, we just sit back, we relax, we don't take any action, we don't do any protest, we don't do any of this shit. It's just embarrassing, bro. And Joe, can I just say something? Just say one more thing.
Ben. Listen, let me just get this quote. Yeah. Take a breath. I'll just say this. I don't know if this is fake or real, by the way. But this is apparently what he said. Because you know what? I've not verified it yet. But apparently this is the truth. Sir Jim the racist Glazer. I'm adamant we will qualify. We have a really good team. And of course, we're facing Bayern Munich. But they are coming to Old Trafford. So they should be the ones to be scared. We are
my owner.
Yes, the next phase of the Champions League. We're working on 2 transfers before the window closes. I still feel we need more players in this amazing squad. There might be outgoings, so we might have to sort that out. I can confirm there'll be 2 more. There'll be more signings. I think this is fake. I really think this is fake.
My owner.
It's not a good source.
That's my owner. Guys, he's not wrong though. We need a couple more signing. Fine, bring them on. He just need to put his money where his mouth is. As to the Champions League itself, I'm not as worried. Maybe because two teams are the most, Como and Bayern. I'm not too worried about Atletico. Atletico have been in rebuild forever, and I think they just holding on due to the sheer middle finger of Simeone. So I'm not too worried about them home away. I think we can get past them. Como I'm worried about because they are not there by luck. Their ascension in the past 3 years or so have been incredible under Fabregas, and they get in there by playing good football. See, if there is any chance of a team outplaying us, that would be Como. And I think a couple of years ago they tried to acquire Martial, and Martial chose Brazilian bikini wax over there. So they still go. That's the one thing one small team so called that I'm worried about. As for Bayern, we know what Bayern is. Um, but again, they're not unplayable. If we play them at home, I think we can beat them as long as we don't match up Luke Shaw with Ulisse. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The rest of the small team is we can beat them easily. So we should be in good
Wait,
shape.
I agree. I do agree. Like I said, there's no excuses. We should be going for the group stages. Obviously, it's completely changed now, the full format. Even still in the last format with under Ten Hag when we were out, I still think Ten Hag had enough to go through the group stages. I remember our group was so easy. We had Galatasaray. I can't remember what the other two teams were, or maybe the chat can correct me. But it was so easy. We actually had the easiest group out of them all. And seeing this group of fixtures, like we actually have these, like, well, some of them have been difficult. Obviously, Leipzig's going to be difficult. Roma, Atletico, obviously, and Bayern Munich. They're four difficult games. Like, so let's see what Carr can do, man. But there's no excuse, bro. There's literally no excuse. And look, at the end of the day, Carrick is going to be judged this season in terms of his tactics and also his game management too, and how he sets up the team as well, especially with Bruno Fernandes as well. I do think Bruno would actually suit the Champions League a lot because the Champions League can get away with the. I don't think the teams can handle our intensity and handle our like press as well. So maybe Bruno Fernandes could be actually useful for the Champions League, but Premier League it's just a different kettle of fish with fucking Bruno. Like he's just in Mars, so he is, bro. But it is what it is, man. But look, it's literally doom and gloom. Like we have to qualify for the last 16, bro. If we don't, honestly, bro, like it could go dark. It can be dark, people. Like it really can be dark. But look, but you know what's crazy? Like if you are an owner as well, like yeah, I get Baleba was signed there. Look, it's brilliant that Baleba's signed for us. But why is he? Why have they released videos of him going to Old Trafford and taking videos at Old Trafford? Why not just wait until Sunday? Like it's Thursday. We're now into Friday now, in 45 minutes time. Why not just wait and ask Carlos Baleba to come on Sunday when we're playing Ipswich, when it's a must-win game because we lost last game, and literally do what Rafael Varane did and Casemiro. Let Carlos Baleba come out to the football pitch, get introduced by the fans. The fans get up and going. You know what it's like, Nurden, when with the electric atmosphere, and all of a sudden, like the intensity rises up. Everyone's up on their feet, ready to go, ready to beat Ipswich. That's what I would have done. Yes, obviously it delays more time for the actual proper announcement of Baleba, but even still, like I remember when Varane was announced at Man United, bro, the whole crowd was up out of on their feet. And I remember, I believe we were playing against Leeds United and we won 5-1 because the reason why Varane was actually a big help for that because everyone was like, bro, Rafael Varane's walking out to Old Trafford in a United shirt. Like that shit there was out of this world. And now people are obviously, they started singing, I'm a believer, I'm a believer. Bro, everyone be singing I'm a believer if Carlos Baleba walks out in that fucking Old Trafford pitch, bro. I just don't know what these owners are thinking, bro. Like it's a must-win game this weekend. Why not have any sense in your fucking brain and actually do that? Like that would be the most useful opportunity. Now he still can, but they've released videos of him at Old Trafford. I don't know where you've seen it, Nerd. And Carlos Baleba was at Old Trafford today, and he got videos and all that shit taken, but it just was dead, bro. Like you had the opportunity to actually allow the fans to be up for it, like because the fans are going to be very nervous this weekend. Obviously, I would be, and Erden, you would be as well. You would be as well. So it is what it is, people. So it's a must-win game though this weekend. No excuses. No excuses.
But you gotta put yourself at their place though. They're trying to sell us a product. So waiting a whole week after the negativity of that defeat to Hull, waiting a whole week to introduce Baleba is a bit too much. That will let us just feasting that negativity. They just wanted to, I guess, counter it with some good news. That's why they are over promoting the signing. I think that's the idea behind it. We are a PR club, like you said. So
Yeah, and look here, I don't know whether you guys seen the Chelsea game and Fulham game, but honestly, Jarvis, if you are watching this video, bro, if you're watching down the line, man, I would love to just big yourself up, bro. Honestly, see Sander Berg, bro. Oh my god, my word, bro. Honestly, that guy is just an absolute baller, bro. The guy wants the ball every time. He actually demands. He screams at the defenders. He screams at them. And he says, "Give me the fucking ball." Bro. I feel sorry for Fulham, bro, because I actually thought Chelsea they looked good to a certain extent, but they were very like
Yo,
they were
Chelsea,
losing at times.
Chelsea clutch, mate, clutch.
They clutched. They
To be
did.
fair,
Clutch.
Fulham gave them a game. Fulham
They
gave them a
did.
game.
They did.
What's
They
that
did.
young player, the number 10 they have? I always
Oh,
forget his name.
King is it King?
Oh, what a
Josh King.
He is brilliant, bro.
what
Wow.
a beautiful player.
Even that Madrid player.
Sander Berg was good as well. Sander
Good
Berg
one,
was good, but Chelsea won tonight. Danny Welbeck scored for them in the League Cup, apparently.
Big up Danny Welbeck, bro.
Yeah, listen, people, I've been nearly even 100 likes yet. Because genuinely, I'm just baffled.
come on, let's go.
Even
We're
that
not even 80 likes yet.
that
crazy.
striker they have, Garcia. I remember you were talking about him, Nerd, and like you actually like the look of their new striker. I think it's someone Garcia. Yeah, it's Gonzalo Garcia. I remember you spoke about him, Nerd, like a few weeks
Yeah,
ago
he's a
to
good
side
player,
and
man.
that. He's a good player. He's a good player. Good.
Yeah,
Good
Real
player,
Madrid,
man.
yeah.
Really,
Like
really
Real
good,
Madrid
bro.
last season, yeah.
Yeah.
People, smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed.
Guys,
So
if you like the way the Glazer Ineos has done business so far, please like the video. Today I'm an idea.
Oh no, no.
What do I wanna be when I grow
Luana,
up?
if you didn't watch
I
Mandem
wanna
talk
be an
earlier on,
IDL.
everyone was wondering.
IDL.
Everyone was going to acknowledge Nurden. Nurden's the new tribal chief, people. He's the new tribal chief.
I want to be an IDL. Seriously. People want to be, good luck. What do you want to be when you grow up, Luani? You want to be an IDL? You want to be a
Yeah, I want to be on the Glazers payroll.
You want to get on the pole and start dancing with your pom poms, yeah?
That's taking it a bit too far.
It's truck.
I'll shine some boots. I'll do some PR like Rio.
Twerker. Yeah,
you never know, Luani. You never know. See do you know the way you drive a truck, bro? It could have Ineos on it, bro. You never know. You never know.
Oh, that might actually work. That's a very good idea.
Oh no.
He might sponsor you. Jim might sponsor you, man. He won't pay you, but he'll sponsor you.
Oh, he'll sponsor you, bro. He'll sponsor.
But honestly, though, when I look at our team, I think that the worry should be in the Premier League. The depth that we're worried about should be in the Premier League because that's the context that brings the intensity, and that's why we can suffer from that depth that we don't have. But when it comes to the Champions League, I think we can do a decent job with even our role players. They can do a decent job because there'll be so much space. It's always like that, and then they will let us play our football. I don't think they are as good with their press, like Ben said, like as the team is in the Premier League.
100%.
It should be all right.
I have a question for the both of you, by the way, and to the chat people. Get into the comments as well from my question. Who would be your starting at 11 this weekend against Ipswich? For me, I would if I was Carrick, by the way, I'm not going by what Carrick would do. I'm going by my decision. Okay, people. Now this is the most important thing. Go what you want to do, not what Carrick wants to do or what Carrick will do. For me, I would go with Le Mans. I would then go with Diego Dalot as a right back. I think Mazraoui needs to sit out for this game. I think Maz is really suitable for the better teams, like the tougher teams.
We're not doing a preview. We're doing a preview on Saturday.
Oh, right, okay, right, okay.
Big up though.
I don't know.
You did a bit of an early preview. No problem.
No, that's okay, bro. That's okay, bro.
What are we doing? Yeah, Joshua Zirkzee is finally leaving. Free Joshua Zirkzee.
Is it confirmed?
Free Joshua said, well, it's in talks, advanced
Listen,
talks with Fiorentina.
but Nurden,
Um,
if we don't get a striker in and we sell Joshua Zirkzee, like we've just let another striker go, and it's
yeah,
like, what do we do? Like, what do we do?
we're doing it, man. We're doing it. Doing it, doing it, doing it. We're doing
The
it
thing
like
with
that.
Joshua's departure is that when you're a professional footballer playing at that level, there's a certain level of pride that come with you starting versus you being on the bench. And if you know your worth, I think he took way too long to understand his worth. Sometimes it's not about if you on the bench, it's about who's starting ahead of you. If you genuinely believe that you're better, or at least you are at the same level or as the people that are starting ahead of you, and you've not been given a fair chance, you can
This is
either
yeah.
you can either leave, or you can either let the coach know, throw tantrum, and you'll be in your right to do that. But
This is
I think
yeah.
he's been calm for too long. He's
He
been
has.
too much of a professional for way too
He's been.
long,
He's
and it's time. It's just time. I'm happy for him, if anything,
his
and
his
I
mentality is
hope he doesn't
phenomenal.
come back and bite us. Yeah.
Yeah, his mentality is phenomenal, Luani. And you know what? Like, this is like, people can say you can blame Carrick for not starting him. 100% you can blame him, but you have to look at above people. Xerxes didn't come here on the basis of it was Ineos that brought him here. So Ineos should take the whole blame because they misprofiled him. And the thing is, Xerxes, honestly, big up to this guy, by the way, because this guy has shown nothing but professionalism. He's shown respect. He hasn't been useless in the fucking dressing room. Bro, this guy deserves so much love from our fan base. Yes, we booed him off at one time at halftime. That was the most shameless thing I've ever seen from our fan base. And it was just embarrassing, bro. And honestly, this guy, I just hope if he leaves, he goes on to be a success, bro. And this all comes down to Carrick as well, by the way, because what Carrick should be thinking, there's no such thing, people, in modern football as a starting 11. You do not have your best starting 11. There's a squad. So if say for example, people are giving Embuemo so much stick in the weekend. Yes, Embuemo had a shocking game. Yes, he played in the right wing. He didn't play in the full as a striker. But the thing is, Embuemo has no overlapping fullback. The guy, I actually do think if the guy can hold the bench for a few games and let Shea Lacey play, let whoever it is, bro. It doesn't have to be Shea Lacey. It could be Ahmad when he comes back or whatever. I just think some of these players think they're on this. They're guaranteed starters, and this is why I think if you put someone on the bench and say, "Look, Embuemo, I don't like the look of your performances, bro. I'm going to start Ahmad Diallo. I'm going to start Shea Lacey." And you need to pick yourself up again, bro, because your performance haven't been great. That's how a manager should operate. It's just encouragement. Put the arm around his shoulder and say, "Look, Brian, play better. We obviously get back to trainings. Do individual training. Do whatever it takes to actually encourage yourself to be at that level again. Because there is a player in Buemo. There is a player in Buemo. It's the same with Cunha. It's the same with. I mean, I even said this, but I mean, I'm Bruno's biggest hater. But if Carrick tells Bruno, right, Bruno, you're going to be on the bench for the next 5-6 games, bro. But see, after the next 5-6 games, when Kobe Minu needs a wee bit of a break, or Santos or Tielemans or whoever, Bruno's going to come on and say, "Look here, I need to step up here. My position's up on the line here." Bruno's going to step up and say, "Look here, I need to go back to basics here." That's what football is all about. It's about a squad. There's no such thing as a starting 11. There's no such thing as this. You know, your first team, your football team should have at least 18 to 19 players in the pitch who are first teamers. But right now, Carrick just sees it as Bruno has to start. Uh, who else? Luke Shaw has to start. Cunha has to start. Brian has to start. Bro, there's no such thing as that, bro. Like, Zirkzee needs to be given a chance. Lenny Euro should be given a chance. There's so many players that need to be given a chance, bro. And I promise you, people, if Brian Buemos stays in the bench, or whoever, if Cunha's having a bad game, like run of games, if Sesko's having a bad run of games, or whoever, if you're telling them to sit in the bench and they come on in like the next few games, like whatever it is, like they start the next few games, you're going to see a different player in them. You are going to see a different player in them because it does affect their heads saying, "Look here, I need to work harder. Michael Carrick doesn't rate me, bro." You know, it's just life as a footballer, bro. I mean, I don't expect to be, for my case. I mean, obviously, I don't fucking play in I division, but in my case, obviously, I expect my right back, the guy I'm competing against in the position, I expect him to be starting majority of the season because I've only just arrived. You know, the manager hasn't seen much of me, so the pressure's not on. Well, sort of the pressure's on him, the guy, you know, playing as a right back because, you know, he knows I've arrived, but also I need to step up as well. I can't just be sitting and putting two legs up, bro, and just not fucking training as much because, you know, I'm on the bench, bro. You need to be working hard. You want to be starting every game. You know, it's a shame, bro, that Michael Carrick just doesn't see it that way, man. You know, that's how I would do it if I was a manager, bro. I'd say no player in this team should be safe in this position. Like everyone's equal in this team, and I don't know why Carrick's not doing that. I really don't. Big up, Irfan, man.
Big up,
No
Irfan.
same, brother.
Yes, Luani. Yes, how you doing,
What's
boys?
going on,
Big
Ev?
up.
Sorry.
What's going on, Ev? What's going on?
Hang on. Whenever I miss the show, I always listen back to see what you've missed.
Reload. Go on, Ev, man. You were at the
listen.
festival, obviously. Did you
No,
did you watch
listen,
the whole game?
I haven't been well before I went to the festival. Honestly,
Oh.
I missed
Sorry
the
to hear
United
that, bro.
game. I missed the
Sorry
first
to hear
game,
that. Sending love, bro.
and then when I watched it, I was like, "Fucking hell!" But I thought these guys must be going crazy, right? And I thought, "Shit, we're back here again." And I was like, and then obviously the transfer shit's been going on. You know, you talk about Zirkzee. I was like, "Fucking hell, man! We're back in fucking Groundhog Day again." Shit. You know, seriously, I don't know. I really don't know how you guys do it. You guys deserve a medal for talking about the misery that's Man United. Fucking all deserve a medal. And the fans as well. My goodness. I mean, to be honest with you, let's just recap because I'm sorry I've missed it a while, but I just wanted to say that fucking first game against Hull, they're fucking full of clowns. They're a newly promoted side, high as fucking kite. The fans are behind them. They physically fucking bullied the shit out of us. Didn't have to do anything. Scored in 2 pieces. And it wasn't just the fact that the team looked underprepared. I'm looking at Carrick saying, yo, so is this the new reality check of who the fuck you are? You know, it beggars belief when I think, are we that dumb? Are we that fucking stupid, right? And then you start looking at individuals like, okay, so who was ready? You know, I understand that some of the guys only came back late from training, but come on, man. Come on. It was an away game. It was a big banana skin, and you still fucking fucked it. So, you know, I came back to take me back to misery. You know a song? I've got a song Nuruddin called Take Me Back to Misery. It should be Man United's theme tune, yeah? Seriously. Fucking hell.
Big up, Irfan.
I don't know how
Big
you
up,
boys
Irfan,
do it.
man.
I really
Listen,
don't know how you do it. I swear to God.
Listen, other seasons we had the soundtracks in the past 5-6 years.
Yeah.
There was a song to every season.
Yeah.
In the past, we've said things.
Can only get better. That's your dude, yeah.
We used to
That's
sing
your
that
one.
song.
Yeah.
That's what I used to sing.
Yeah.
The other time, another song that we sang was "Living on a Prayer." We're halfway.
Yeah. Living on a prayer. Okay, pop song. Yeah.
And now,
Yeah.
for the new season, soon as that happened, even the pre-season for me against AC Milan, I told people.
No, that was my
what
worry,
I saw. There was worrying. It wasn't about the result.
I watched that game. I watched
it.
All
Was
of
about
that game.
it was about the way we played. Soon as Hull hit, I found the track for the new season. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's nice to speak with you again.
But hang on a minute.
Ineos have sold the fans down the pipe.
But hang on a minute. I also got to play devil's advocate. I can't just go back to misery and the theme tunes. Hang on, because you know, guys, we can't be known as Misery FC. We have to be reality, but we also have to talk about what the other fans who don't agree with us, so we can just, critique theirs. So they're saying, hang on, we bought Santos, we bought we bought Tielemans, and we've also bought Baleba now. So come on, you said 3 midfielders, you got 3 midfielders, okay? I'm just playing devil's advocate. We got them, right?
Can I give you some quick maths? Go
on.
So Casemiro left. Ugarte, because they can't sell shit, the best in class. They can't. They can't.
But
they
don't you
couldn't
think
sell water. They couldn't sell water. They can't sell cold water in the Sahara Desert, right?
No, they can't.
This is how deluded they are, right?
Yeah.
So they were going to loan out Ugarte. So we got 2 players replaced.
Yeah.
For the first time in this transfer window, we are now +1.
Yeah.
They didn't expect Rashford to come back. That's the stuff all by mistake.
No, they didn't.
Because
No,
of Barcelona. What
they didn't
did.
want to keep the wages.
Right?
They wanted to get rid of his
Right.
wages. Yeah.
Yes. Right. So we've only plus one. We said we need to sign 6 players.
Yeah.
We need a centre back.
Yeah.
We need a striker.
Yeah.
And a left back.
Yeah.
And they're leaving
Can I just say,
to go. They're leaving it till 5 days to go in the window. Make it make sense.
But Nuruddin, hang on. You remember I said to you at the end of last season, I don't know whether Ben Lewine remember, but I said, you guys keep talking about the midfield. I'm talking about the fucking defense. Equally. You can't fucking rely on this fucking Harry and Quiet. You see that bit when he fucking run into Mazraoui? I was like, what the fuck is going on there? I couldn't believe. You know, when that guy makes blunders, howlers, he breaks the record in like you thought he had the worst howler. He does another one even worse. So I was worried about how many goals, how easily we goals in. Everyone was talking about the midfield. I was worried about why when they got Senesi, Tottenham, I was like, oh my god, we need a top centre back as much as we need a midfield, and we got it. And look at we lost the 2 set pieces. So my worry was that. My worry was you still haven't got fucking what's he called, Delict fit. You got Aiden Heaven. He's too young to be relied on. It's too young. Martinez just got back from the World Cup. Come on, guys. Come on.
The Irfan, I don't know. I'm of the opinion that the last game, I don't think we did get bullied like this. Like everybody's saying, because
physically.
even physically, right? Because we had the ball most of the time. But when I look at that team, they're just the typical Premier League promoted. They set up to contain us, and they hit us where and then they hit us where it hurts, and where it hurts is on the flank. And regardless if we had leg or not in that midfield, even if Baleba is playing, we still concede those 2 set piece goals. The issue we have, we couldn't break them down, and that is something that I think that our front 4 need to work on. And it's always like that with those kind of team. And we didn't have some factors going on for us, right? When you watch the Chelsea game, we never know the outcome that game could have had between Chelsea and Fulham, because it was a pretty even game. But what we knew is that when Chelsea got the opportunity in the first 2 minutes, they put it away. At that point, you see, that kind of thing change game. You get your first opportunity, you put it away, it completely changed everything. Now we got 3 opportunities in the first 15 minutes, and we flop our line, and we get them. For every minute that pass, they believe more and more, and then they start turning into bullies and doing their thing. We have to do better in terms of execution in our final third. If we don't do that, we don't have the right to beat anybody, regardless if they.
Can I just correct something for the record? I need to correct something for the record. When it became, before they scored that first goal, they were winning the duels. They won the aerial duels, they won the ground duels. And then they sat back and gave us the ball and said, we know you're not
what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Do whatever you want. They already were 2-0 up by that time. So come on now. Go ahead.
Yeah, but when you mean they win the aerial duel, is it like, it's not like they lobbing the ball into the midfield and they winning the duel? No, the ball was going on challenge onto their flank. Like Jarvis was saying last time, right? Their fullback was sitting behind our first line of press. So when they get the ball to their wing backs, that ball goes straight to their winger and they cross it in. Sometimes they even do an early cross, so they don't even give us a chance to challenge or anything. Yes, McBurney was bullying Eden Heaven. It's an adjustment that they will have to make. I blame Harry Maguire because as a captain, as a leader, as somebody who's good in the air, you cannot give the responsibility to defend McBurney to the younger guy. You have to literally tell him, hey, I'll take this guy, go mop instead. But, he decides he's not taking charge of that situation. And McBurney bully our center backs. So those are little adjustments. But I won't go to say this game was bad in the sense that it's the prelude for everything that will happen in the season. I think we beat. Yeah, like I said, today I'm IDL. Today I'm IDL. Today I'm IDL. Okay.
Now you're drowning, bro. You're drowning. Let me give you a hand to get you out of the water, bro. You're drowning right now.
Nuruddin,
Pull you out of here,
that's what
man.
I'm saying.
Seriously, Lawani, listen. They bullied us when they needed to bully us.
Of course
The,
they
the
did.
guy, there's a guy who come through the lower leagues here. He costs Hull 50,000 pounds.
50 pounds.
Was
Yep.
bullying us. Was
He did.
bullying us. So
Who
let's
are
not
you
be there,
talking
man.
about?
They bullied us, winning the ball in midfield, getting the ball out wide. Tactically, they play the same thing as Leeds. We couldn't touch
Well,
them. We were nowhere
well,
near
let me
them.
tell you. Let me tell you what doesn't help. Right? It doesn't help if your creative creator extraordinaire is losing the ball 22 times.
Hmm?
Bruno, I'm talking about him
let's think about
22
it.
times.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have 74% of possession, and most of our possession were in their half, which
Listen,
means we were trying to break them down. We were trying to break them down, and it's not given to any team in the Premier League to be able to break the lower team down. This is what they do.
Okay,
They come,
okay.
they set up themselves,
Other teams,
and then they
certain
hit us
teams
on the
do that.
break. It works.
Listen, Irv, I wanted to get your things about the Champions League draw. Have you seen the Champions League draw?
I haven't seen it yet. I just saw that Villa have got City
Let me show
and
you.
PSG gone. I don't know. I have not looked at who United have got yet.
Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show
Nuruddin,
you.
Lawani's difference of opinion. That's how the channel works. We don't all agree. We just
No,
have
of
different opinions.
course, of
We
course,
break
but
it
he's
down.
drowning.
You know, we hear all sides.
Irfan, he's tried to fake it till he makes it.
I put in my disclaimer. I said I was ideal tonight, so just take my word for it.
You could say, you could say he doesn't think it's all doom and gloom. The first loss. You could say that's what Lawani saying. That's what you could say. He's entitled to that opinion. Listen, I heard Nuruddin. That's what Rant said. Rant said the same thing as him. It's not all doom and gloom. Don't worry about it. We'll be okay.
Yeah,
So,
maybe.
We're gonna win the league. It's okay. We're gonna win the league.
We're not gonna win the league. No, definitely not.
I know.
We're gonna win the league.
Well,
We're
Nuruddin,
gonna
don't you
win
feel
the
for
league.
Kobe Mania? Have you not had the discussion about him yet?
Stop.
Listen, it's all right. Kobe needs to. Kobe will play. Listen, how we go. Look, we got Bayern Munich at home. Then we've got
Fucking
Atletico Madrid.
Oh,
Atletico
shit.
Madrid away. We've never beaten them in a competitive game.
Yeah.
Roma, we've got history
Yeah.
with them. We've beat them
Yeah,
home
we
and
have.
away
We've got
before,
history with
Roma.
them.
We've
Yeah.
got Roma at home, but this
Yeah.
is Gasperini.
Yeah.
Remember, they
Yeah.
nearly
Atlanta,
beat us
yeah.
with Atlanta, yeah?
Yeah.
Then Sporting, I don't know how many times we played Sporting in the Champions League. Somebody
many
maybe in the
times.
comments can
But
let me know.
haven't they recovered? Because they did all right last year after Amorim left,
Yeah.
didn't they? Didn't they do all right? They
Leipzig.
did.
Yeah,
Leipzig,
Leipzig.
you know,
well,
okay,
they play.
okay.
They get into Champions League every season. Leipzig,
Leipzig,
they knocked
Yeah,
us
they
out.
do. They're
Even though
consistent, they
lockdown,
are.
we beat them 5-1. Remember in lockdown, we beat them 5-1.
We did, yeah.
Villarreal,
Mm.
we beat them. Ronaldo, thank God. When we beat
Yeah.
Atlanta,
Yeah,
Gasperini.
it's still going to be a tricky game. That it's not going to
Yeah,
be easy.
Sabat, that's his Azerbaijan.
I
We
don't know anything about them. Yeah.
And then Como is managed
Como
by
is, Fabregas' team. Yeah.
Fabregas' team. So
Yeah,
so that's who we got, Irfan. This is the 8 teams we play.
Wow. So
4 at home, 4 away.
we could be out straight away. We could not get to that second, against
Who
them,
knows,
but we
sir?
could be out.
Who
We
knows?
got 4 games at home, 4 away.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Give me your reaction, Irf.
Wow, it's a tough group. I won't lie. Like I said, this is what I mean.
It's not a group, Irfan. It's the games, the teams we have to
Yeah,
play.
but look, we ain't gonna. We're definitely not gonna beat Bayern. We're definitely not gonna beat.
No, that's one team.
Atletico we ain't gonna beat Atletico, right?
Shit, I got
Why not?
Roma's at home. Yeah, we got a chance.
Why
against
not?
Roma. Yeah.
You can't give them a game?
Who?
Atletico.
I think they're too smart. I think they're too smart for us.
We've
Even
never
though they're a
beaten
very
them. We've
defensive
never
team.
beaten them in a competitive game.
Yeah, there you go. And what was Roma? Who was the other one? The other apart from
Roma.
I think Como we
Roma,
got-
Leipzig.
Leipzig. We got we got a chance.
Villarreal.
Yeah, Villarreal.
Let me show you. So, look, Irfan, let me make this here. Home game. You're supposed to win your home games. We've got Roma at home, Leipzig at home, and
We ain't
Sabat
gonna win
at
the
home.
home game. No. Bayern Munich is 2 levels up from us, 3 levels up from us. They're different
So,
leagues.
but can we beat Roma at home, Leipzig at home,
Possibly we
and Sabat at
can.
home?
We can beat Leipzig at home. Yeah, we can beat Saba. Yeah, so we can win 3 of those games. I think definitely we can win 3. The home ones we should win. I'm not sure about any of the away games. We're shit away team. I'm not having it. No. And remember, Nuruddin, this is the real Michael Carrick season, not the little kiddie season. The
Facts.
season. This is a real season now, right? Let's see what you got. And like I said, I'm not confident in Carrick yet. I didn't see his tactics. I didn't see him change it. I didn't see anything in this guy. This guy showed me nothing in that first game. So already I'm thinking of him. Never mind the fucking players coasting and that shit. What I saw. Never mind. So we are back in the quicksand. Fast, we're in there. Someone's got to pull us out. I don't know who's going to pull us out, but we're in the quicksand. But I just don't know how deep we're in it yet.
Just to add on as well, there, Fran. Do you remember Ollie's first 10 games as a caretaker? We were winning left, right, and center.
Yeah.
And then once Ollie got the permanent role, his first game,
he was revealed. He was revealed who he was.
He was revealed. And do you know what? Do you know when Carrick's first game was as permanent manager? The whole game, and he's just lost. So I'm just saying, there's a difference whenever you're a caretaker or a temporary coach than it is.
But Ben, you know what you're revealing though? Why you just said this guy has got no history as a top manager. He just hasn't. He's got nothing, and that's what reveals itself. It's like when you talk about Aiden Heaven. You can't let a 19-year-old be your centre back because he's going to make mistakes every 3-4 because he's only 19. No 19-year-old can be that consistent like a man. You just can't do it. We've all watched football for 20, 30, 40 years. We know the score. Things don't change, but this guy keeps relying on him. It's a bad idea. I like the guy, but I've seen him make mistakes. He needs to be bloodied one here and again, and not in the big games like that. I mean, was that the only option? Is the only reason he could play? Martinez is not ready, or what was the reason why he played? Can someone tell me?
No, I don't know if Martinez was on the bench, man. But the one thing I was super surprised about was Luke Shaw, bro. Like, why Amas wasn't in the fucking squad, bro? Like, bro, that guy was.
Why when you put Luke Shaw at left centre back and let Aiden Heaven play left back?
Bro, even Mazraoui, Mazraoui left back. He was unbelievable in Morocco. He was unbelievable.
So these are the things that worry about Michael Carrick.
Facts. Yep.
I'll be honest with you. When it comes to Carrick, Irfan, when it comes to Carrick, I'm not too sure I'm not too sure that there's a lot of things we need to worry about per se. It's true he doesn't have a body of work like Iraola, for example.
No CV at all.
Yeah, he doesn't. But when I look at modern football, it's almost like the talent pool is evening up across the world and between teams, right? So because the talent pool is evening up, physicality is dominating now. And the game is so dynamic. A half-decent manager with half-decent tactic that can convince his players, that can sell it to his players, can do a job, I mean, eventually, I don't think that Carrick's inexperience will hurt us in a long run, because we will not need that much in-game adjustment if he picked the right team. What I'm worried about when it comes to Carrick is his ability to make the big decisions.
Facts.
If he can get past that, he'll be all right, because eventually we can compete with the squad that we have. If he can make the big decision, because letting Zirkzee go, for example, I'm looking at him sideways. As a manager, the only thing you stand on is your principle. And your principles should be rooted in meritocracy and your approach, the way you want to play the game, whether you want to have the ball or you don't want to have the ball. Now, if you have those principles, at least young players or the upcoming players can gravitate toward that. The experienced players can respect that. But if you don't stand on anything, it's not meritocracy, and you don't have an approach to the game, or you have an approach to the game, you do not identify the players that can best apply that approach, you are in trouble. Eventually, your credibility with your own players will start dissolving with the result that you're not getting. And that's what I'm worried about when it comes to him, not necessarily the tactical side.
Listen, reality struck. He's not interim anymore. He's the coach, first team coach of Manchester United.
Permanent.
I wanted to ask you about Zirkzee. I think Zirkzee is at this moment in time, I cringe when I see him on the bench, and he didn't even come on. And they put on Sesko, who's not played for 3.5 months, instead of him, and he played for majority of the preseason. So free Zirkzee. Good luck to him. Dutch players just don't come to Manchester United. Dutch players are not making it at Manchester United, so they just don't need to come to Manchester United.
Hang on,
Irfan
Nuruddin. Come
Zirkzee,
on,
are you
Nuruddin.
happy to see him
Did a
go?
good job.
No, I'm talking about recent years,
Come on.
Irfan. Recent
Alright,
years,
recent
Dutch
years.
players
Yeah.
don't do well.
No, I don't like
Van
doing
der
the
Beek.
hoodoo like that. I don't like those kind. I
Listen,
understand what you're saying.
It's the
It just
facts.
seems bad
It's
luck,
the
Nuruddin.
facts. The last three
Yeah.
players
No,
we
you're thinking
signed,
of Donny
who
van
are,
der Beek
who are
and
Dutch
like
players,
I get it.
they're
But come
not,
on,
because
Nuruddin,
Manchester United,
someone will do the
Irfan,
business.
Manchester United do not value footballers. They don't. They like
Facts.
hit and run. They like hit and
Facts.
run.
But hang on, hasn't he
That's
been
what they
told to
like.
get rid of Zirkzee though? Hasn't he
Yes,
been told to get rid of him?
Irfan, he bought Zirkzee on. Zirkzee, last time he played a competitive game was the Liverpool game in May.
Yeah.
Yep. True.
And he bought him on. And left Zirkzee on the bench. It's laughable, Irfan. Absolutely laughable. So
but
he's
it comes
gone.
back to
He's
his
gone
man management again.
because we don't like footballers. This football club, even though he's tried to play football, apparently, if you watch the preseason, he doesn't want football. He doesn't rate him, and that's okay. He won't be the first coach not to rate him. So at least he has to go. In Burma has to go. He wanted to go in January, to be fair, says
Yeah.
and the club said no. Because they've done that before. They did it with Donny van der Beek because they don't want to be short in certain areas if they get injuries. Because they don't even trust their medical department. So Zirkzee, Irfan, you're happy to see him go. Who would you like him to be replaced by?
Oh, it's a tough one, Nuruddin, because like I said, we don't play the football that suits Zirkzee's game. We don't play that game. We just don't. We just don't, Nuruddin. So this is the problem. You can buy the players, but you said it before, Nuruddin, that we don't buy. You said it with Ten Hag. You said it with many of them. You said we don't buy players for a system. This is how we play. You're going to come in and play the we play. We just buy. We get these random players and try to fit them in. It doesn't work. That's not professionally run club. So I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, Zirkzee, is he a 10? Is that what his main job is? What's his strongest role? You tell me. What is his strongest position where you think he's doing the business? Is it behind the striker? Is it behind the 9?
For me personally, I think Zirkzee would be fucking cold in the 10, bro. I actually do genuinely can see. I mean, I remember Zirkzee playing. I can't remember which preseason game it was, but he was playing in the 10, and he was just absolutely out of this world, bro. He was just linking the play. You know, he wanted the ball all the time. He wasn't hiding like our midfielders were in the whole City game. You know, you one thing that was really, really concerning for me. Yeah, obviously, people say about the defense and stuff, but when the Mons had the ball in his box, Santos was literally standing like a fucking stick. Tielemans was literally standing still. Bruno was standing still. Everyone was all ball watching. No one was moving. And whenever you have midfielders that don't want the ball and they're not moved past to you, that is alarming. That is fucking alarming. You need to have midfielders, especially fucking midfielders, that want the ball all the fucking time. We seen with Sander Berg and Fulham. He was roaring at players, says, "Give me the fucking ball." Josh King, give me the fucking ball. But no, Santos, yes, he's very young. Tielemans, yeah, obviously he's experienced. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, bro. Same with Bruno, but no one wants the ball. No one wants the ball, and it's really, really concerning, bro.
Do you think
Zirkzee
Baleba's going to change that?
No. But that's not Baleba's role. Like, Baleba's role is basically more so like what we do off the ball. Like, Baleba's going to cover that ground. Like, if Bruno's so high up in the pitch, Baleba can cover Bruno's ground.
But Baleba is a ball carrier as well.
He is.
Yeah.
But sometimes, yeah, obviously, 100%. Like, I do like his ball carrying, but sometimes Irfan, like, I just think with Baleba, he's just too quick at times. Like, when he gets on the ball, like he's not really thinking, he's not really slowing the game down. That's not really Baleba's game. Whereas if you brought in a Sander Berg or Tchouaméni, people say Tchouaméni shit, but Tchouaméni knows when to slow the game down. That's why I always said we need someone who can cover the ground, but we also need someone who could be the dictator and control the game. Tielemans is not that guy. Bruno Fernandes is not that guy. Kobe Mainu is not that guy because he needs to go further forward. He needs to be more advanced. No, we haven't got anyone that could do that. The last player that could do that, people always give him so much stick, was Nemanja fucking Matic. He was the last player that always wanted the fucking ball, and he said, "Look, guys, give me the ball. I'll slow the game down." Yes, obviously people think he was too slow at times, but sometimes you need that because opposition teams will then say, "Fuck, why is Matic always on the ball? Why is Rodri always on the ball? Why is Busquets?" More importantly, people go and watch Busquets. Why is Busquets always hogging the fucking ball? Because he's doing the right thing. He's actually dictating how the game is going to be played, how the game is going to be speed up, or if it's going to slow down. That's what we've been missing for so many years since Nemanja Matic, and we haven't replaced him. Casemiro wasn't that.
Ben,
Gerson wasn't that. So go ahead, Nemanja.
no, I'm not too sure about that because like midfielders in general, most of them, if we look at the journey of the two DM that we played last time, Santos and Tielemans, we can't just. I think it's a very simplistic way to put that. We can't just say that they just wake up one day and forgot how to make an angle to receive the ball from their goalkeeper. I think it all depends on the set play. We don't know what they do in training. We don't know exactly what Céline Lemons have as an instruction. So positionally, I will not tend to like just compare them with Sunderberg and the dynamism or whatever, because just because you're asking for the ball incessantly doesn't mean that you're in a good position to receive it. And just because you don't make an angle to receive it doesn't also means that you don't want it. So I think we need a bit more before we can make a
But even
judgment
still,
when it
Luani,
comes to that
even
in
still, Luani,
general,
even
right?
if you're just standing still, though, if we're playing out from the back or whatever, just
These guys
standing
are
still
experienced
is different.
professional. The point I'm trying to make is that they are experienced professional. They've been
Yeah,
playing at the
100%.
higher level. Making an
Exactly.
angle to receive the ball is the most basic thing in football. So I'll be
Yeah.
very careful to indict them with that situation until I get a bit more data. That's all I'm saying.
There's making an angle, but there's also moving your feet. Like
Mm.
they just like when we were playing out from the back, Le Mans was literally saying, "Guys, who's open? Who's open?" And all of a sudden, Hull City were pressing us up so high, and they were closing the gaps in the midfield. Santos and Tielemans were just standing still, not moving their fucking legs, and they were just saying, "Right, okay, just go long." That's why we went long all the time. That's why we never like this whole set. Man United kept control of the game, 70% of the possession. The whole possession stat is fake. It was fucking fake. The only reason why we got most of the possession once Hull City got 2-0 up, they allowed us to have the ball. Similar to Nurden. I remember I had an argument with you last season with Arsenal. It was Man United versus Arsenal at Old Trafford. Once Arsenal scored that first goal, they allowed us to have the ball. That's why that game was like I take whole blame, because obviously I said Amr was playing really, really well in that first game. I hold my hands up. We weren't, because they allowed us to have the ball because Arsenal's defense and Arsenal's shape was what won them the game. Similar to Hull City. Hull City didn't win the game because of quality. Hull City won the game because of their shape off the fucking ball. And that's what Man United's biggest issue, off the ball. And we haven't got midfielders that want the fucking ball and want to dictate the play. We do not have that. Yes, we have. Yes, Luani, I agree with you. It's the most basic thing, obviously, to angle to angle your body to actually receive the ball on the half turn. But we just do not have players that like. Obviously, I want to see more from Santos, especially Santos, because I don't think Tielemans is in his right position. But we need more players
Ben,
that just want the ball. We don't.
Let me just say something to you. I was the one that was arguing that Arsenal let us have the ball. United fans are like, we played well, but we didn't. Arsenal just sat back, scored a goal, and sat back and let us have the ball. Yeah. What are we doing here? They did that. Yeah. Listen. So good luck to Zirkzee. Goodbye to him. Yeah, again, F1, they can't sell him, so it's a loan fee, 5 million loan fee.
Has it been confirmed?
Well, yeah. The deal is on. They're negotiating it, but it's 5 million loan. 5 million.
We're not going to get replacement, are we? He's gone. That's it.
We're not.
Yeah, we're not doing anything else.
No.
Can I just float a theory to all of you? Maybe you can tell me if I'm crazy or not.
Let me just ask Ben. Ben, who would you like to replace Zirkzee? And Luani as well. Let's to the former, and then you can tell me about what you think.
I don't even know, Nerd.
By the way, Nicholas Jackson went for 65 million.
I seen that.
Is that how much he sold for?
Yes.
Who the hell bought him for 65 million?
Aston Villa.
Wow, but they've lost so many players.
Irfan, it's not even that. Chelsea. Listen, Irfan. Chelsea, even player who's only ever played common for 15 minutes, they get 25 million from him. Well, United asking tonight, I think 5 million or 3 million for what's his name?
So what's his name? What's the reason why, Nuruddin? Why can't we sell people? Why can't we sell players?
Because we got incompetent.
They don't have a clue.
They're incompetent.
And now you've got United fans making videos saying it's because we're negative about our players, and that's why clubs are listening to United. No, you absolute dim. It's never been about a fan base. It's about how your negotiators are selling players.
Yeah, when it comes to the striker, by the way, who I would want. I mean, Jarvis knows who I would want. Like my striker would have been Sorloth from Atletico Madrid. I love Sorloth. I love his profile and everything. But you know, obviously I think he's now left or something like that. And please remind me, people in the chat. But I'm literally lost. People like, yes, people are gonna say Endrick, but I just don't like the look of Endrick's profile. It's just not really who I would want. But I think we are literally screwed, people, like in terms of strikers, man. I mean, who knows, people? They might even bring a player into the academy and say, "Look, guys, we've signed another player, bro, from the academy. We've signed another player." That's the gaslight you all. But look, there's Mateta going around. I think I do worry about Mateta in terms of his injury prone and stuff. He has had a lot of injuries in the past, but I don't know, man. I think the striker market for me is very, very dead at the moment. It's very like there's not much going on at the moment. But if you were to ask me right now, who would I go all in for? It's definitely sort of like the Norwegian. I think he's is he Yeah, he is Norwegian. He is Norwegian. He's phenomenal, bro. He is absolutely phenomenal. Jarvis can tell you all about it, like, you know, but it's not going to happen because we got incompetent people, like, you know. So, but I want to hear from you guys, though. Because
hang on a minute, Ben. Who's your replacement for Thingy?
Yeah, I want to hear all you.
Who's
I want to hear all you. I want to hear all you.
I really don't know. I don't know who.
Striker
well, it's simple. His name is Mateta. It's simple.
Oh, you go
Mateta.
Mateta.
Oh, you take Mateta from Crystal Palace, right? Okay, a few people have said
that. He's tried to get out of there. He's doing all his best to try to get out of there.
And you take him. You take him, Nordin. You take him, yeah?
Yeah. Big up Flawless. I hope you're good, King.
What about you?
Yeah, Nordin is right. Yeah, I mean, we Zirkzee gone is definitely a loss, but that also signal that we going into the direction of putting all our chips in Sesko. So it will be time for him to step up. Now, if we are to bring in another striker, I would preferably like to be a transfer from a Premier League team to a Premier League, to us. So in that sense, Mateta make a lot more sense. He's Premier League proven French international. Yes, he's not better than Zirkzee with the ball, but he can play back to goal in a very competent sense, and he's more of a aerial threat than Zirkzee. So I think that will scream depth. That can address our depth when it comes to that. So I won't shrug my shoulders at Mateta at all.
The most stressful thing, though, like, you know, I just reminded myself. I was on a few chats today and work with a few colleagues who are Man United fans. Do you know what they came up to me and said? They said, "Why do Man United always do this every summer transfer window? We leave everything to the last fucking minute. We could have got Lewis Hall at the very beginning because he was going to fucking the World Cup. We could have easily got Santos really, really early, man, because we just fumbled on that. Who else did we get? Fucking Tielemans. That could have been way earlier, bro. We're leaving everything so fucking late, bro. Do you know what's crazy? No matter who we get in the last few days of the window, Baleba's not going to be starting for another 4 or 5 weeks, bro, because he needs to be integrated into Carrick's system. He needs to understand what Carrick wants him to do, but also his injury as well. Even Mateta's not going to start straight away, bro. He needs. This is why I always said to you, Luani, when you bring players in before the preseason, it's fucking vital. Because again, whenever you play your first few games under a new coach, under a new system, the manager can then analyze, like, right, okay, what do you need to work on? What do you need to do? Do you need to do better in my system? That's what I'm trying to say. That's how players, you know, that's why other teams around us get business done straight away. They get business done straight away. Like Spurs, for example, they've done their fucking business done.
Big up my brother Flawless. Big up.
Yeah, big up Flawless, bro.
But for somebody like Baleba, I don't think he will need much, because coming from the Brighton farming system, I don't think he get. No. I don't think he's gonna solve our problem. I just think that he just need to be fit. You don't get more complex than system when you come from Brighton. So his assimilation when it comes to the tactical thing that Carrick is putting down is pretty simple. It should be pretty simplistic for him, but we just need leg. What we need him for, I think he just need to be fit.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I do. But honestly, it's just a shit show. Like, Irfan, do you not share our, like, our pain as well? Like, does it not really piss you off that Man United just wait till the last fucking week of the transfer window just to get the rest of their business done? Like, it's just crazy.
But I don't have any faith. Obviously, I don't have any in
I know,
the rat,
100%.
do I? Because the rat hasn't
The
proven
racist.
he's got any
The
football acumen.
racist.
He hasn't shown.
There you go.
No
Zirkzee's
one has.
gone. Good luck, Zirkzee. Goodbye. Been a
Oh
pleasure.
my, is he actually?
Totally.
Yes,
Okay.
the theory I was trying to float is that since we have established that we're a commercial club, do you think that the Glazers and the Ineos have a special department that is geared toward detecting the player that's selling the most jersey, or the most popular player, and our outgoings are based on that? Because Zirkzee, probably not the most shirt sellers, but he's gone, and there are other players that cannot even lace his boot that are selling shirts that are still there. So maybe we are making our decision of outgoing based on other criteria that we're not even considering. That's my theory. I know it's weird, but
It's
Explain it. Break it
puzzling,
down for us, Luan.
but it's puzzling. But it shows up we still haven't got the back. We haven't got the right owners. We haven't got the structures together. We've improved in little bits. We've improved in money management, but we haven't improved in time.
I got something to show you guys. Let me find it. Go ahead, Efan. Carry on. I got something to show
No, I'm just saying we have these conversations because, like I said, we went from one clown to another. Then we went from another scumbag owner to this guy, and he will say, because I'm always trying to look at the side. He will say, look, I got rid of these clown football players that we're paying 300 grand a week. I got rid of all of them. I started buying wisely. I didn't pay 90 million for Fernandes and shit like that. I didn't pay 100 million for Tonali. I didn't do those things. So I have shown a level of prudence and money management. So that's a positive. That's what they'll say. They'll say that they're changing the structure of the club. They're trying to buy players that are value for money, that are going to grow into great players that are young, etc. They'll say all these things that they are. They're saying them. But the problem is, it's the timing of it all, getting it all together, not understanding that you could have bought these players months ago when you had the chance to. You should have been doing it then. You don't do it like, I feel our buyers are reactionary. They look at the fan base, what the fan base is doing, and say, look, we need to buy Belabor. Remember, the Belabor conversation could have happened 6 weeks, 7, 8 weeks ago. He could have had a preseason with us. Do you understand? So you can only look at this thing as incompetence, right? You can only look at it. And like I said, this season is going to be crazy. I'm telling you now, because he's got nowhere to hide, just judged by the amount of games we have, right? He hasn't got, you don't have long. People keep saying, you don't have long to get it together. A bad start is a bad start that can fuck up the whole season. So we're already under pressure straight away. But like I said, like Nuruddin always says, we've seen as negative, we've seen in this and that. I'm not optimistic, but like I said, the clown nature of the club keeps revealing itself. It's like for ABU, it's the gift that keeps giving. Honestly, it's the gift that keeps giving. And that's what it is. But look, like I said, hopefully, I just see us as a confidence-based team. Like all sport, it's confidence-based. We have to build the confidence up, and it's going to take time. Who's the next home game against? Who is it again?
Ipswich.
Right,
okay, home game. Yeah, Ipswich, I think.
So that's what I'm saying. So we have an opportunity to redeem ourselves, but whether it'll cover over the cracks, we don't know, because he's got to fix the system. He's got to get everything right this season. I mean, look, guys, is Ahmad a loss at the moment because he's injured? Is he injured?
Yeah, he is injured. Yeah.
Was he a loss against Holden?
No, not really. No, we should, like I said, Irfan, we should have won against Hull. We should have had the quality to beat Hull, but at the same time, I'm not surprised that we lost, bro, because we haven't addressed the fucking defense. We haven't addressed.
No, I said that. Everyone kept talking about midfield. I said, guys, it's the defense. I know the midfield's terrible, but they're equally as important as each other. I just do not trust Maguire one bit, and I can't trust Aiden Heaven because he's too young. Euro's been jittery. You know what he was like last year. They should have bought a centre back at the same time they bought the first midfielder.
I agree. Oh, we're seeing that.
So what we seeing, Nuruddin? What we showing here?
Any else's puppet, Andy Mitten?
Isn't this Establishment FC? This is the Establishment channel. Is that what it is?
Yeah. I gotta show you something. So just bear with me. I've just got to change the audio so it doesn't. do a funny thing that he does, so just bear with me. Let me go to normal audio.
Looks like
Like-
Andy Mitten's aged more, bro. That's sick.
Right.
He's aged more.
1 second. 1 second. So this is what. So we're talking about the transfer window. Now, these guys, these two, have been covering up for Ineos. They've been part of Ineos. No, to be fair, they're client journalists, aren't they?
Yeah.
So he works for the club sometime. And to be fair, I love and respect. I used to always get the fan scene. I got nothing but love. But for
he wouldn't agree with that, Nuruddin. He wouldn't say he's a client journalist.
Listen, I've got nothing but love for Andy Mitten,
Yeah.
because he was one of the people that actually tried to stop the takeover by the Glazers. He actually went to London to try to lobby the MPs, tried to stop it.
He did.
Him and other fans, they did that, right? But lately, if you can't beat them, you join them. He's almost doing stuff for the football club. So at the end of the day, this is what it is. So this guy asked the question, so I'm just going to play this for you. So first of all, Andy Mitten has been saying all summer long, yeah, United haven't got the money, they haven't got the money, we're not that football club anymore. Basically just lowering the standards in it. Like, say Manchester United can't compete in the transfer window for players on the squad that we need, right? So he's basically just saying that, right? And both of them have been saying that. So basically, they're working for access, innit? That's how journalists work. I don't think it should work like that. I think journalists should be investigative journalists. They should do a job. They should hold the powerful accountable. And that's not far-fetched. That's what journalism should do. But anyway, after the covering up for me, doing Ineos PR and the framing of Ineos and the Glazers, finally, this came. Somebody sent me a clip, but I couldn't find a clip. But I've just played it. Hopefully, it'll play. So let's listen to it.
The right approach, because when you look at what they did last season as well, it's sort of that 60, 70 million range that they feel comfortable going to. It feels like anything more than that, albeit I've just said that they were willing to go to 85 for Fernandes. Feels like it'd have to be a unique set of circumstances for that to happen.
Andy, how
And I don't think
frustrating
it's
is
just
it?
transfer fees, Ian. I think it's wages as well.
Okay. I mean, how frustrating is it watching City spend probably upwards of 300 million rejuvenating their midfield? 116 million on Anderson, I think something like 85 million on Buwadi, also chasing Enzo Fernandez, which will be north of 100 million too. And even Spurs, the money that they're spending on players. And a lot of United fans are asking the question, why aren't we doing this?
Well, there are several reasons for that. One is the ownership structure with the Glazers and the debts which are paid out, which we've discussed many times negatively on this podcast. Or another reason is that Manchester United were a loss-making football club because of bad decisions. And you're talking about bringing in world-class players and missing out on Harry Kane or Declan Rice. Well, actually, Alexis Sanchez and Angel Di Maria and Bastian Schweinsteiger did come on massive wages. And I wouldn't really say that any of them were a huge success at Manchester United. So there's a hangover from that. If I'm being brighter, if Manchester United are back in the Champions League, because we're miles bigger than all these other clubs, then the ship should right itself, but it's still an imperfect ownership model. And for much as I admire the way that United conducted last summer in the transfer window and the fees and the sensible wages which were paid for Cunha and Benjamin Sesko and Brian Mbeumo, ultimately United don't control the market any more than when Sir Alex said there's no value in the market. He didn't control that. The market controls the market. And you have extremely wealthy football clubs. And that's pretty sobering. And the ownership model on each of them, we can discuss the pros and cons of that and the private equity which is moving in as well. But Manchester United are being beaten for price. It's a long way from when Ed Woodward told me in 2013, we won't be beaten by anybody for price. Manchester United will absolutely be beaten for price. And they have to be smarter now in recruitment. And to be fair, I think they have been smarter. But I look at the squad and think, love another striker, love another left back.
I think it's on a knife edge in that United don't necessarily have the money to just wantonly throw wads of cash to solve any situation. But sometimes when you have limited resources, you have to be more inventive. You have to think smarter. And I think United activating Yuri Tielemans' release clause has been intelligent. Andre Santos is a young man who could end up being a very good defensive midfielder. And I quite like the fact that Santos, Baleba, and Mainu are all of a similar age, and there is a very good chance all of them can be a very good trio growing up together, learning each other's strengths and weaknesses and how to complement each other and how to hide each other's weaknesses is a really, really good, appealing prospect to me. And part of me wants to hit fast forward and see what they all look like in 26 when they're age 26. So that's fun. Yeah, it's absolutely annoying. I would have loved Mateus Fernandes, but I would have loved Mateus Fernandes to cost 60 million and not be closer to £200,000 a week, because United have only just about got their wage structure under control, and a lot of that hinges on Bruno Fernandes being the highest paid player or close to the highest paid player. So if anyone else comes in, you're like, nah, you don't get the big money until you do Bruno Fernandes style running. It's difficult. It was only last season that we were informed that Omar Barada had told club staff that United's budget was set on the proviso of, not last season, the season before last season, where Omar Barada told club staff that the budgets were set for 3 years of Europa League football. Unfortunately, this is a time where belts are being tightened right now, and United cannot go to market and sign players at the highest wage bracket. To do that, you have to be intelligent, you have to box clever. I think United have box clever in places, and in Arsenal aside, it looks quite open between 3rd place and 10th place in the league. They look all right. I'm not panicking about United just yet. I still want a new left back. This is not an excuse to not try and get a new left back. And when Laurie tells me a new left back's on the way, I'm going to get straight in the tactics truck and clip up.
So there we go. So obviously they couldn't tell the whole truth, but we got something at least, what we've not had from a long time, about the ownership structure. And at least we got that, but obviously they are the New York Times, obviously. So the establishment, so they have to rescue it. And they have to tell it as it is and go, United did this. Well, whose fault is it that Manchester United broke? Whose fault is it? So what model gave us this? And who is emboldening that model? Anytime Jim, the racist Glazer, speaks, all he says is, we want to make Manchester United profitable. Profitable for who? Have you tried to buy one of my good friends tried to buy his son, 10-year-old, a Manchester United shirt. Cost him 100-something, 20 quid, I think it was. Their ticket prices have gone through the roof. They're taking tickets, season tickets of people, so they can sell them as the corporate seats. So where's all that money going then? If it's not going for the transfer, is it going to fly Jim, the racist Glazer, and Omar Potato Barada, and Wilcott Weetabix? Is that what he's doing? It's absolutely laughable. And they don't talk about the debt either. So nobody's talking about the debt. He mentioned it a little bit, but then he tries to bring it back to positive. So he's like, well, the debt refinancing and all of that.
No, everybody try to weave in and out of their argument depending on their agenda. There are certain things that he said, obviously. The first guy that I didn't agree with, like talking about the model, saying that we don't have a good ownership model. It's not about the model, it's about the intention of the owners. You can have whatever model. If the owners are all thinking in the same direction, they want to make the club genuinely successful, not by squeezing profit out of it, then you still get a better product. But and he was also talking about the fact that we're getting outbid and outspent in the market by other team. Normally, as big as we are, this shouldn't be coming out of our fans' mouth. But the reality is that there's still a difference in between engaging in shroud spending and being cheap downright. What we're doing is being cheap. We can say that, oh, okay, we don't want to spend 100 million on a midfielder or 80 million on a left back or whatever. That's okay. You can make an argument for that being a shroud, trying to engage in shroud spending, changing overall transfer strategy. But if you don't even bring in anybody, you don't have the bodies in before the end of the transfer window, that's being irresponsible and cheap. So we just have to learn. We just have to make the difference between both. But it looks like these guys are, they all engaging.
The biggest alarming
opinion.
thing, The biggest
Hang on,
alarming
it's a
thing-
bit harsh, that
Go on.
guys. Now, listen, tell me what they said that was false, though. I'm playing devil's advocate. What did they say that was bullshit?
The first thing that I think was wrong is saying we have a bad ownership model. You don't blame the model. It's
No,
all
but
about
it's
the
fact,
people
though.
who
We do
own
have
the
a bad
club.
ownership model. We have one of the worst ownership models. We have probably the worst ownership model in the history of Premier League. That's fact.
Okay, what is the model that we have? What is the model?
No,
it the-
the club was bought in a vulture capitalist way by leveraging debt onto the club to
Debt.
buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it should never been allowed to happen. It shouldn't. The government should have stepped in. That's how much of a catastrophe it was for British football. But it was a dream of the wildest dream you could imagine for ABU. It was the dream. It was the destruction of Man United. That's what it led to. That's what it led to.
Maybe I misunderstood, because when I hear model, I'm hearing the structural composition of the ownership. I'm not hearing the process that went into the acquisition of the club. Maybe that's where I thought he was talking about how the club is owned, how Jim Radcliffe paid a certain percentage to own the football operation versus what the Glazers own. That's the model. That's what I thought he was talking about.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
Luan-
saying
but-
it
but
doesn't
also-
matter. It shouldn't matter. It's the intentions
But
of
hang
the
on a
owners
minute.
that matter.
Nuruddin showed us the video because I've listened to these guys. So I've watched maybe 5 to 10, maybe 10 of their podcasts. I've watched them all, and they are establishment leaning to a degree. But I didn't hear anything in that clip that was bullshit. I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything that was backing the Glazers. Like I said, they were quite honest in many ways. That wasn't the best example of their client journalism. It wasn't. I didn't look. I didn't.
100%.
Anything.
But it's
No,
tone.
when I was showing that the fact that they could be honest is the first time they talked about the ownership model. That's
Yes,
what I'm
okay.
trying to say to you.
Okay,
But their
And
tone. Their
all summer they said United can't afford this. United have to do this. United
Yeah.
can't just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the first time, they literally said it's because to do with the ownership model.
Yeah. So they were honest then, Nuruddin. They were honest.
For the first time, that's what I'm saying to you. For the first time.
Yeah.
And that's why I
Oh,
had
no.
to play it.
But yeah. Well, we
Go
can't.
ahead.
But their tone did change though when they mentioned the debt. They were immediately on to the next thing. They didn't
Yeah.
really want to talk too much about the debt.
But can
And
I just say
that's-
something
that's a-
to you, Ben? Ben, can
Go
I just
ahead.
say something to you, right? I don't want to go into politics, but I'm going to give you an example. And Nuruddin knows the brother that was, he died, he killed himself, etc. Suicide. The Professor Jason Arde, okay, right? One of the debates that came out of the discussion, right, was so-called left-wing channels who called this guy, a clown or con man, right? Like Novara Media, right? Called this guy a clown, right? Jumped on the right-wing melee of fucking hounding a guy, a young professor who suffered from severe autism, which meant he had a high chance of suicide, right? They tried to backtrack. Now, my point I'm making is when Nuruddin mentions client journalism with football, what it is in any kind of influencer journalism, football, whatever, football kind of channel thingy, people play a game. And the game is you want to be honest, but you choose to avoid certain truths because you're not going to get the sort of connection to have an interview with the top guys because you'll be stopped from that. So the game is played just to say the odd thing that looks like you're with the fans, but you cross that line where you don't go too hard. You don't tell the whole truth because you're not going to get access to the
And
journalists.
what's that done for the world, Defan? What's that done for the world?
I'm saying
That's the reason why we've got the PDF files.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Epstein class.
Of course, and I'm saying to you, this is how the modern world works. It's
Yeah.
all
Fuck
to do with
fucking the way
how
it
do I
works.
get access? How do I
They're
get
all
access?
fucking corrupt. They've got no
Like, how do I
integrity.
access? How do I
They
access?
have no
to-
integrity.
How do I get access to MUTV? How do I access?
MUTV,
And you
facts.
do that by making sure you don't actually tell the truth like you do it, Nuruddin. We don't do that because if you tell the truth and slap them across the face, you're going to be a troublemaker. So you're not getting any access. You're never going to be in. So you're out of the game. You're not going to be able to influence in the same way. That's what I'm saying. This is how journalism and influencer work and
Facts,
channels
yeah.
work. You have to make sure you don't ask
Don't-
the most difficult questions because you'll be a
yeah.
troublemaker. Donald Trump works the same way. When journalists ask him questions, if you ask him the wrong question, he goes, "That guy's a troublemaker." Make sure he doesn't ask a question again. Don't let him ask one again. And that's what we're dealing with. That's what you're saying,
agree.
Nuruddin, about those guys generally. Although they told the truth in that video, like you said, for the first time, these are just facts.
But Irfan, if you want to do this, right, then don't do YouTube. Then just go into mainstream media. So we know you're part of the establishment, because the reason why YouTubers are so successful is because there's a certain level of honesty about it, and everybody can relate to it, right?
I got to correct you, Luwani. You see, you think that's the case, but believe you me, and Nuruddin knows, if you say shit against the establishment in YouTube, especially regarding issues like Palestine, you're over. It's game over for you. You ain't going anywhere.
100%.
This permeates every part of journalism. There are certain questions you cannot ask. You just can't. And that's the game we're in. So we're looking for the channels that don't do that, that just tell it as it is. But they're going to be shadow banned. They're going to have lots of heat to deal with because they're not going to get access. And they're going to be seen as an underground network, almost like the dark web in a way.
100%.
Where you go to other channels that everybody dismisses because they tell the truth. You don't want
So if you're not willing to pay the price,
you want the diluted truth. You don't want the real hardcore truth.
if you're not willing to pay the price, don't come and try to share the space of those who are paying the price. That's all I'm advocating for. Because we are getting, YouTube is getting infiltrated by this. They're trying now to portray themselves as the regular guy, so we can relate to them. Why vehiculating the same narrative that legacy media is vehiculating? So I don't know.
Yeah, facts. 100%. You're on.
Okay, Nuruddin, what you showing us here now? You're showing us the groups of everyone else.
Nuruddin, you're on mute, bro.
You're on mute, Nuruddin.
You're on mute. You're on mute.
Damn it! See, you know why I go on mute? So I don't.
Yeah. Go on. Why'd you go on mute?
Do ADHD interruptions. That's why I go on mute. Big up, Cameron. Welcome to join us, Cameron. I hope you're well, bro.
Yeah, it's been a great show so far, boys. I 100% agree. It's solidarity with you guys. The way Man United's being treated as an establishment is pure corruption. People should genuinely be prosecuted for it.
Yeah, it's gross misconduct. It's gross misconduct.
It is gross misconduct.
Listen, Arsenal are one of the favourites for the Champions League. In your group, you've got Real Madrid at home, Bayern Munich away, Dortmund at home, Real Betis away, Lille at home, Napoli away, Sabah at home, Slavia Prague away. You're playing Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Dortmund.
Tough games.
You are one of the favourites, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, you to beat the man, you got to beat the man. So if we go through the first 4 games and we get wins, that'll have me over the moon. I'll 100% stick with my prediction that we're going to be in the final again. But make no mistake, Napoli's not going to be an easy task, even though they've got your boys Højlund and McTominay. Yeah, but I think there's a lot of banana skins there, not even just the big games. I think Lille, they're a pretty good side. I watched Betis the other night; they look good. It's gonna be rough. I don't think anybody's got a pretty soft draw. I think last year we had a pretty soft draw. I don't really remember having too many.
But can I say something, Cameron? I'll be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? You won the league last year because let's be honest, everyone's shit. Okay, right? I agree. Be honest. Let's be honest. I've watched Arsenal since the 70s. Okay, right? So good. No, look.
Oh my God.
Same thing again this year, Cameron. Everyone else is shit.
Yeah, no, even more so.
Listen, this is how football works. It's not your fault. You can only have to beat what's in front of you.
I agree.
I'm just saying, when you
Big
look
up to
back...
Sheikh Harry, by the way, one of the chief editors of United Real Therapy.
Yeah, he is. Big shout out to Sheikh Harry. I'm just saying, you're in that same position again. But what the curse for you boys is, when you ain't being pushed hard, when it comes to the games in Europe, it's a different ball game because you got to be on the front foot against them. And, you're not necessarily a front foot team. So it's going to be interesting how you cope with Europe this year, right? Because let's be honest, you're a very hard team to beat. You don't lose very often, but you're not a particularly offensive team. Let's be honest about this, okay?
No, you're absolutely.
You found a formula that wins, but I think you've been lucky to a certain degree. Not fully lucky, you deserved it by the fact that this is how sport works. Sometimes in boxing, you could be the top middleweight at the time. You win 70 fights. You avoided some of the top guys, but there was no other challengers around you that could beat you. And this is how sport works. Tennis works. All these sports are the same way. But I am intrigued to see what you're going to do this year because I think your defense is solid. Your midfield's even more solid. I'm not sure about your wing play, and I'm not sure about your attack. But I still think you got the high, because I think now you're gonna have confidence that you never had before. That doubt of 6 years of not winning is gone. So it's going to be interesting to see what you're like as a confident team saying, yo, we're big boys. We're the big men here. We're going to show you. So it'll be interesting to see how you cope with the psychology of being winners, right? That's interesting. Because like I said, I look behind and I just see teams in transition. I just see teams trying to get. You saw the chaos at Man United, same. Liverpool looked shit. Chelsea could be interesting.
Yeah,
right? It could be interesting, and that's it. I don't see anyone challenge you again properly this year because I just don't see organization, ability, and I don't see solidity from the rest. But I do think the teams in Europe are going to get their shit together. Some of them are going to get their shit together. I think Barcelona's going to be better. I think Real Madrid's going to be a dirty team to beat. I think there's 4 or 5 teams that are going to bring it to you guys this year. It won't be come from England though. I'll be honest with you about that.
Yeah, no.
It won't.
Last year we had an easy run in the Champions League. Like we had
an easy one, the easiest run. It was almost as easy as England had an easy run to the World Cup.
Honestly, that's what the league format is. It does really benefit. Like if you get a lucky draw and you have the right side of the knockout, you can really cruise to the final. Like compare it to back in when we had the group stage. I remember I was on the end of it. The amount of times we'd get Bayern or Barca.
Yeah, you would. You did. Yeah, you did. You had bad luck before that. Yeah.
I used to get crazy when Arsenal fans. I'd talk to some Arsenal fans. They'd be like, "Oh, we should have won a Champions League by now." It's like, bro, you think we're going to go and beat Messi, Ronaldo, the gauntlet? You're never going to do it. So fair play to you guys for doing it. Fergie did it, and Chelsea did it one year. We snuck a couple off them, but
I still think you're missing a Harry Kane type forward. You're missing a deadly forward. If you had a
deadly forward, Havertz looks good this year.
No, come on.
Don't finish against Coventry.
You need a deadly striker. I don't know why you didn't find one. Yeah.
He kept saying to me, "We're all in it together." Like us and these so-called journalists. You are having a laugh, bro. Are you kidding me? You are having a laugh.
But this brother's a quirky brother. Come on.
Listen, time, space, continuing. You are the biggest pom-pom carrier. Yeah. Right? Yeah. You've invented a new sport. You've took the cheerleading pom-poms and then started climbing poles for Ineos, being a pole dancer. Right? So behave yourself.
No, he's from the school is like, it's not all doom and gloom. It's only one game. Don't worry, we'll turn it around. That's the school he's from. Yeah.
He kept telling me the last 13 years. What rebuild am I on now? What rebuild am I on?
Part 17.
Yeah.
There was that the guy before the whole game. I can't remember his name, but he was the most optimistic fan ever. He was like, "Carrot Ball's gonna win. We're gonna come second. We're gonna smash up Hull. Get ready, buckle up." And I remember thinking, mate, it's not that easy." And I respect optimism.
You know, listen, the thing about these channels, right? You have people who've been watching the game for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Now, it doesn't matter if you've been watching a game for 5 years and you watch it 30 years. Sometimes the guy's been watching it for 5 years is more astute than the guy's been watching it for 30 years. It just depends on how you observe the game. That's all it comes down to. Like I said, there's not many channels that will be brutally honest about it because, like I said, the big channels, like the really big ones, they have to play a game. They can't piss off the source, which is the club ownership, that much. They need access to the club. And we made that point. Nuruddin made that point before. That's the game. Nuruddin's playing no game. He's just straight up raw honesty about Man United. That's how it is. And that's the reason people like us are on it. Because we want to be honest. We want to be able to ask the questions and say the things that we're not allowed to say generally. And that's what YouTube allows.
Yeah. Or even other fans. Like I've heard Nuruddin make very astute points before on other shows, and he gets slated, gets attacked. And
but you know, Fickle, you know the one thing I'll say about you boys and us, right? You know, when you've got such massive fan bases, right?
Yeah.
You get this crazy width of opinion from batshit crazy to quite
very similar.
You know, you get the whole because you're massive. You got billion fans. You're one of the famous. So you know, look, if we were a Grimsby town, we'd have a lot more continuity and believing on one point of view. That's just the curse of having a ridiculously massive worldwide fan base. I travel the world. I hear all kinds of shit. I meet United supporters all over the world. I see them, you know, and some say delusional shit. Some are on it. You know, you rarely meet fans that can really keep it calm and say, okay, this is how I see it. This is where we're going. You know, like I said, you really see it, but you guys have got stability. One thing Arsenal has got, it's got stability. You know, your owners have been very stable and they've spent hard for you. Even when I didn't think you needed to spend, you strengthened and you kept strengthening and you strengthened again with Guimaraes. You know, you've done it again. Like I said, I just think you need to strike it. You need another striker.
And do you know what the most saddest part is about, especially compared to Man United and Arsenal? The thing is, like, Arsenal didn't win the league because what they were doing on the ball. They weren't. I still think Arteta's system is still not great. I
No, I don't
I
think
still
it's a
do
good
believe
system
that.
either.
But
No.
it's what they do off the ball. It's fucking phenomenal. They have a proper fucking spine. They have David Raya, they have Saliba, they have Gabriel, they have Mascara, they have who's your other
Hincapie's quality.
Hincapie.
Yeah.
Then you have Bruno Guimaraes, you have Declan Rice, you have Zubimendi, you have Odegaard. What do we have? We have Le Mans, brilliant. Brother. Then we have fucking Maguire, who shouldn't be here. Then we have fucking Martinez, the most injury-prone player, injury-prone centre back we have. Then we have fucking Heaven, who's only a kid. We have Dillett, who has a back injury. We have
Luke
who
Shaw.
else am I missing? Luke Shaw, bro. And then we move into the midfield. We have Bruno Fernandes.
But Ben,
we've got no spine. That's how you win.
But Ben, we've said this many times before. Like I said, if you want to judge football teams, you look at the peak of every player. Are you below the peak or past the peak? Are you close to your peak? They have got so many players around their peak, right? And we've got players either past their peak or way before their peak. We only have Bruno, who basically is at his peak, really, of all the players we got. That's what it comes down to. Always that equation never changes in football. It's the peak where your players are in regarding their peak. And Arsenal have got so many players around the peak at the moment. It's insane. That's why they're winners.
If that's the peak of Bruno, honestly, I wish.
He was.
That's the peak. That's the peak.
You can't. The facts don't lie. Yeah.
It's gonna be playing Luai.
I'll tell you one thing, bro. Cameron, that Zolis guy.
The best player in Manchester United history the other night. He picked up his 2 trophies.
He can fuck off.
God damn it.
What a specialist.
Listen, it means jack shit if you don't win no trophies. It means nothing. Yeah.
You know, when it comes to Arsenal, I don't think that we can.
There are the EDL cult, the IDL cults. Yeah. Then there's the Bruno defensive cult.
Yeah.
They'll never the conversation. There is no. You say one word about Bruno. You're a Bruno hater. I can't talk to you.
Don't worry, I get it all.
You know, when it comes to Arsenal, I don't think there's anything fluky about a team that have been knocking on the door for 4 years and then won it in the 5th year. So the body of work of Arteta speaks for itself. We might not like the way they did it.
To get tired.
No. Whoa, hold on. No.
Yeah.
He didn't get tired. He got exposed. Took 2 different concepts completely.
100%.
Once he lost key cogs in the team, because Pep's never been able to replace players. Go for his career. Show me a period of club where a team's declined, then he's rebuilt and they're going to succeed. He hasn't. He's took groups of world-class players, a collective group, got the best out of them, which is amazing for. And then once they decline, he's gone. And then he goes to Bayern, does the same. Didn't really achieve what he should have done at Bayern. Then he jumps again.
I think.
Oh, hang on.
I don't know.
It's a bit harsh. That I think it's a little bit harsh, a little bit simplistic. That is, I know what you're saying.
It's the overall concept. Show me where he's rebuilt. Show me where he's rebuilt.
The figures don't lie. He's been massively successful. I know he gets all the money. I know he's got everything behind him. But it's just more than the money. You do still need the acumen on the pitch to make sure it works and be the management guy. I don't like.
It's down to taste. I like longevity. I like Fergie's. I like people who can constantly keep rebuilding dressing rooms and teams. To me, that's real football management.
Yeah, but Cameron,
there's loads of
your man
tacticos
had
out
6
there.
years. You're luckily your man got 6. How many years? 6 years, 7 years. No one gets 6 or 7 years in the modern game. They just don't get that.
You can.
You know, when it come to Pep, I don't think that he got exposed like this. I just think that he was the artisan of his own downfall, because when he as a manager, the only thing you have left is your principle, and eventually he start compromising on that. I think he tried to win the Champions League, so he start altering the core of that team, not to fit his principle anymore, just fit for a purpose. When he bring in Haaland, when he start bringing in players like Semenyo, start bringing in players like Doku, it's very uncharacteristic. Pep like to operate with certain mode of players that fit more in the Barca mode, and I think that's when you start playing into the Premier League principle of physicality. Anybody can match you, and suddenly you become beatable. So I think that's
I
what
don't
happened
think
to
it's
him.
that.
When he
think
signed
that-
Ibrahimovic for Barca, that didn't work, and he got the exact same profile for City.
Yeah,
Haaland,
100%.
profile didn't work.
No, I don't think it's that.
But he's
Listen,
shoehorning all this talent into the team. It doesn't work.
But Cameron, how you can't expect someone to keep winning. You know, like suddenly, it don't matter how great you are, the winning's gonna stop. It doesn't matter what you do.
It doesn't mean you
Look,
quit.
Ferguson, like obviously won crazier number, but you knew he's smart enough to go out the top, right? But he wasn't going to win, and the game
He went up and down, but he didn't quit. He never quit.
No,
didn't
but
quit when people.
that was Pep is in a different phase of football to Ferguson. You can't compare the two. Now, listen, I can
definitely compare Pep saying
as you as a manager, as the grandee of the football club. When you won that much, I think it's impossible to motivate when you've won that much. I just don't think you can do it. I really don't think. The hunger.
It's an opinion thing. I think you can.
Arsenal's hunger beat City's last year. Honestly, Arsenal's hunger beat them. Never mind the football.
I don't think it was hunger, but we can agree to disagree. But I personally think that the rebuild, he deep down, he knew he couldn't do it. And if he was going to do this rebuild, his legacy was going to suffer. I think he realised now was the time to go out because this team ain't going to get better. It's only going to get worse. Yeah. And you saw that against Bournemouth. They looked awful. And people will look at that and go, oh, it's because of the tactics. It's not. It's just you've lost these key cogs, these De Bruyne's, Bernardo Silva's, like what Ben was saying, the spine of the team, companies, all these players that were integral to his system, and they've gone, and he's not replaced them. And he spent ludicrous amounts of money. And you gloss over that. You talk about me glossing over. You glossed over the amount of money he spent. He went and got the best attacking player and the best defending player in the Prem in January and still couldn't overtake us. And we weren't doing very good either. So that you've got to put some onus on him. He's not all this magic brilliance. He's got a lot of faults too.
Yeah, but I see that as because like I said, they've won so much. It's not just him. It's also the players.
Semenyu's not won anything.
No, but at the same time, no, I don't.
Come on, I'm talking about the rest of the team.
It's a different team. It's a different team.
I'll be honest with you guys. I don't actually think Pep Guardiola wanted Semenyo or Guehi. I don't think they're logistically they're not Pep's type of players. They're not Pep's profiles. You know, we know. Like, come on, man. Like, are we really thinking?
No, I know what you're saying. I agree. But if he didn't want them, he wouldn't stand for that.
I don't believe he would have allowed them to buy him. I don't. He's too much.
He's not that kind of manager.
There's no way it would have happened.
No. But Irfan, I'm sorry. We have to understand how City operate and other clubs operate. It's their choice, not Pep's choice. Pep was going to be leaving this summer. 100%. But he was leaving. He was always going to be leaving this season regardless. So even if he wins the league or not, like he was always going to be leaving. And I just think when they went to the January transfer window, they said, right, okay, you're definitely leaving this Manchester City. We're looking at Maresca. Can Maresca work off Guehi and Semenyo? Realistically, they can. Like, I reckon Semenyo and Guehi would actually work well with Maresca, but not for Pep. Like, come on, man. Like, Pep is just Go ahead.
Even when you look at the current City teams, right, it doesn't look like the City team that we are accustomed to seeing. They don't look like it. They don't play like it. This is a City team that doesn't mind you having the ball. They don't mind going back to front, being direct. They don't mind, which is strange because you don't refer to any Pep's team in their peak and look like them play like this. So I think that he tried the transition thing a bit too fast, a bit too soon. And the whole thing just implode. As it's gonna take a little time for them to recover. It's weird that you are in a league that can match you with pace and physicality, and you try to go that way. That's not going to be the difference. When you look at, for example, the new look of Barcelona with Hansi Flick. Yeah, Barcelona is a possession team. The La Liga is a possession league, but you see, he fit more Hansi Flick because his direct style of football is having him dominate. So it's more of like a matchup nightmare for the other teams that face them. I guess that's why it's working for him right now. But we cannot say the same for Pep. So, but he did well. He did extraordinarily well in his tenure. So no one can take that away from him.
No,
they got just waffling. By the way, listen. At the end of the day, in modern football, it's not the managers that buy players. It's the club structure. City wanted to win. Bayern wanted to win. They bought players for him. That's what they did. And you know what? He bought a lot of duds, but they hit it quickly. They got rid of those players straight away. Bought more players.
Like Reinders.
Anyway, yeah. Big up. Just waffling says here. not rating perhaps genuinely and saying which current manager would you go win 3 different countries from this point on. Mind you, you are criticizing for not winning the league for 2 years in a row after not winning it for 22, 23 years. Listen, big up, bro. Big up. Appreciate the super chat. Listen, I want to go back to Manchester United. Am I in right that Manchester United need 3 players? We need a left back, we need a striker, and we need a centre back.
We do, yeah. Absolutely. But Nuruddin, who said we're supposed to? In reality, do you really think we were going to get 7 players in the transfer market?
No, 6 players. That makes the 6 players.
Okay, 6. Did you really think that was going to happen?
Well, it's what's needed, Irfan. If you're going to hire, Irfan, it's the minimum. It's the fucking minimum. It's not the maximum. It's the minimum.
Not with these clowns.
I'll be honest with you. I don't care. I don't care how many players we bring in. I don't care if he's Pele in his prime. If we don't answer the fundamental question, which is this Carrick's team or is this Bruno's team? If we can answer that question, it will not matter the whole sales that we did, because at the end of the day, Carrick still have to apply his principle. And in order to do that, I believe there's just one player that's standing in his way because it's uncompromisable. If he compromises those principles because he want to win the popularity contest with our captain, he'll find himself quick without a job by December.
He won't last, yeah, 100%. I agree. I agree with what Irfan said earlier as well about Belabor. It's that pure incompetence that you've had this player that was linked with you last summer, who's pretty much been waiting on the sideline to join you.
Yeah.
And you pay probably a bit over the odds, I'd imagine. I mean, 17 can argue here and there. But why not get him pre-season? He's young. He's not young. He's not old.
Because they're not proactive. They're reactive. Do you understand? Yeah. It shows you don't know what they're doing because they've got no vision. I think that was the pressure because they're watching what the fans are saying. Seriously, Man United. They're watching what the fans are saying. This guy should have been bought first, to tell you the truth, really.
Yeah.
Because we were linked to him all last year. We were linked to this guy, but they wanted 150 million for him. You know what Tony Bloom's like. So this is what I'm saying. It's Nuruddin always bangs on about this. These clowns, they're not proactive, they're reactive. And this is what we're dealing with. This is why you lot are so ahead of us, because you know what you're doing.
Well,
I didn't think you give him a rice, but you got him.
No, I was going to say, but actually, the one thing I think I can help you with is we're arguably a worse selling club than you are somehow. Did you see what we did with Reece Nelson today? Mutually cancelled his contract.
Yeah, you ripped up his contract. Yeah.
But that's what certain clubs, if you can't sell, that's what you should be doing.
In a market where Garnacho is 50 million, we can't get a couple of million for Reece Nelson. Mad.
I don't know how Chelsea does it. I don't know how they got that money for Nicholas Jackson.
It stinks.
I don't know how you
stinks.
Yeah,
stinks to the high.
I think in describing our board, we can put together the word PR and reactive. If we can make one word out of that, that would describe better the people we're dealing with here. So I guess we're not supposed to be negative anyway, despite everything. We got our 3 signing in the midfield solidified. And it's all down to Carrick now, what he can make out of this. Normally, the team should improve, not drastically, but well enough to maintain that top 4 position and to have a decent run in the Champions League.
What did you guys make to your legend, Peter Schmeichel, asking that Newcastle manager about Lewis Hall? And he goes, no way.
He's a clown.
He's a clown.
So unprofessional.
He's a clown.
He's a clown. Peter Schmeichel is
footballers aren't the sharpest tools in the box, are they? Let's be honest. You know that, yeah?
I thought it was hilarious. I thought him asking that question was just unreal. I think Lewis Hall was great. No, he's trying to wind me up. He's trying to wind me up. No.
Cameron, your team. Cameron, your team is scary right now because we might not like it though.
Is Martinelli? He's not favoured anymore, is he?
Yeah. So we've just got him out the door, but then Jesus is saying he's not leaving. He's on 250k a week. He's putting his feet down, saying, "No, I'm not going." So we've got him stuck around. So yeah, we're not. We might struggle now because we're not going to get him gone. So he's going to have to stay, and we're not going to get this striker / winger we need. So yeah, we're not shut the door. We had a real chance this season as well to shut the door on the league. like you said, go out and get a top class striker, close the door, and we haven't.
You know, when I look at Arsenal, everybody talk about how defensively they're solid. I've seen Gabriel operate solo in the Brazil's team, and I've seen Saliba. They're not all of that, you know. I think they just find it. I just think that Arteta found a formula that work for this team, and he's constantly applied. We might call it boring. They call it control. And now they brought in Luis Maiskelly. Now that Arteta believe in him, and they add a little creativity, and they playing with a better striker now. So if they apply the same formula, they might not need a lot to win a second. I'm not wishing it, but it's worry time.
Yeah, I think Saliba and Gabriel complement each other perfectly. It's like you said. I think these days, especially into like today's football, you build from the back. If you can get a solid pair in at centre halves, get somebody who can clean up in front of them, and have a decent keeper, you're on your way to having a pretty competitive side. You know, gone are the days of starts there. Gone are the days of having a really good attacking midfielder or a winger or whatever. They have no impact anymore. They're not allowed to. So you know, we play very pragmatic football. Do I enjoy it? No. Do I think it's particularly successful like last season? No. I think we crawled over that line. We tried reviving City. Come on, get it, and it was insane. But
they had many chances to win. They had many chances to get there. They fucked it completely. City. Just what I mean. You can't do that. You can't. You know, it's a mixture of everything. But
are you guys all you carry till the end of the season? You think you'll last?
Listen, we're sick of managers.
Because like I said, he's an unknown.
Nobody's got appetite to sack another coach, man.
Again, that would depend on him. That would depend on him. That would depend on his decision. Everything is in his hand. Irfan, it's a date with destiny. Is this his team or is Bruno's team?
No, listen, we're going to use that Donald Rumsfeld quote me and Nuridian have used many times before about known knowns, unknown knowns, unknown unknowns. Okay, all right? Take your pick which one of those his character is. Tell me which one he is, yeah?
Known unknown.
Irfan, can you please stop quoting what's his
Donald
name?
Rumsfeld, yeah?
Donald Rumsfeld.
No, but it's one of the best quotes regarding our manager. It's one of the best quotes you can get. Seriously, it is. There's definitely unknown in one of the answers, one of them. Because he's done fuck all. He hasn't proved he should be managing Man United. He hasn't proved it. An interim season, right, is not something you can hang your head on and say, yes, he's proved it. Interim means fuck all. It shows you how crazy this club is. You know, it's just crazy. Not even interviewing anybody else, not thinking, right, okay, let's get... Because the problem is, truthfully, I think United is too comfortable. The players are too comfortable. Michael Carrick, they're all too comfortable. I don't see winners there. I'll be honest with you. You see how crazy...
Yeah, but FN, it's a popularity context, right? But this because we were all singing Carrick at the Carrick, you know. So it's a popularity contest, clearly,
let me put it a different way then. Let me put it a different way. United is a Hollywood football club. It's Hollywood. It's not a real football club at the moment. It's Hollywood. That's what it is. You're trying to tell me those players like and Boom and everyone don't think they're a promised land playing for Man United. We're in a narcissistic world. We're in a world of celebrity. We don't even create footballers that just want to play back streets and just love football, don't care about the money. We now create footballers who want to play football because it's such rich, crazy amount of money. They're almost mercenary footballers. They're gone are the days when you just love football that much. You didn't even care about the money. You didn't even look at your bank account. You just want to play football all the time. We don't create those anymore. That game is over. Done. So you know this is where we are today. And
I'm cool. I'm cool with where it is right now. It's just we know we're dealing with people who choose based on popularity context. But with their appointment of Carrick this time, at least I felt like the choice is deserved based on the fact that he brought us into the top 4. Yeah. But his line of his margin of error is very, very, very thin. So it's up to him to wake up to that.
Yeah, it's hard for me to really give him a fair crack at it when you still got Shaw and Maguire.
Yeah,
and Bruno. Really, I don't think a manager can rebuild the dressing room while those three are still there. Personally.
Yeah, but it's going to take a real manager to work out how to move them, sideline them, and say, "This is my new team." I don't think he's got it in him. I just don't think. I don't.
It's
see
hard,
Rufus
isn't it?
and Carrick. I don't see it.
Yeah.
We
I
shall
think
see.
Mourinho.
Carrick isn't. Carrick is not.
Come on, Carrick. I trust you. Make the decision. It's you or Bruno. That's it. It's simple though. You want to play
Stop the
football?
obsession, bro. Bruno's getting. You don't understand. Bruno's getting to the biggest contract given a Manchester United player ever.
Oh, good lord.
Is he?
You don't know. You don't know that, bro.
Well,
Would you have Bruno at Arsenal? Cameron?
No way. No way. No, thank
Why
you.
not?
Keep him far
Premier
away.
League Player of the Year.
Corner specialist. Yeah. You know what? Maybe with our corners, we'll get him 40 assists.
100%.
Yeah, why not? No, yeah. The amount of times I've seen him miscontrol basic passes and not recycle the ball well. As a number 10, I think like Irfan said, it's cushy, it's comfortable because you can do all that all day and no one cares.
He can. And remember, he'll say, "I'm a high risk player. This is what I do. I get it wrong, but when I get it right, I get assists. You win. That's what he'll say."
Yeah. So there's some of the miscontrols are obscene. It's like they're not even high risk. It's just like he brings the ball down, and
it's because the captaincy and the fact that rely on him so much subconsciously makes him think, "Don't worry, I'm going to do what I can do." You can't fuck up and misplace the passes as much as I do because you're not me. That's the psychology of what I see with this guy. That is what.
Irfan, who's relying on him? Nobody cares about him, Irfan. Like seriously, I have never seen a number 10 that dislike traffic.
Good player.
I've never seen a number 10 that does not like traffic. This guy does not like playing in traffic. He runs away from traffic.
Hang on a second. Say that again, Nuruddin. I didn't hear you. What did you say?
The problem with Bruno Fernandes is that we play through him.
Yep.
We play through him.
Yeah.
Okay, if we play through him, to all the managers that have been here since he's been here, right? If we play through him,
if Manchester United was a proper football club, Luke Shaw would be out of here, Maguire would be gone, Bruno Fernandes would just be a squad player. But we don't. We're not a proper football club. That's why
Saudi.
But I don't blame Bruno because nobody bought Bruno here. Nobody keeps playing Bruno. Bruno doesn't play himself. People make the decisions. He's a good player, but to me, I do not believe a club like Manchester United should be playing through one player. We used to play through 7 players, 8 players, 9 players. At the end of the day, the kids say online, it is what it is. Luani, so just get used to it, my friend. Premier League player.
Bruno FC. You get the PFA reward again.
We are Bruno FC. When he does something perform.
No, then it is not what it is. It is what Carrick think it is. He need to make a decision.
It's not Ollie. It's not Ten Hag. They can't all be wrong, Luani.
Brother.
Fair enough. No, then.
Who have you guys got next?
Wake me up when this nightmare is over.
Listen, is there lightning where you are? Is lightning in Manchester?
It's a thunderstorm going on, so I'm just gonna head home. I'm 1 hour away, so. All right, guys. Big up.
Yo, Luani, I saw that. It's crazy. I saw actually a family. The man gets in the house. They got 2 girl twins. This is how tragic this is. By the way, before I even say anything, can I just say love to the people of Nepal? That was absolutely kind of world-ending kind of thing. It was like some sci-fi film. The horrific stuff that we saw from Nepal, where the water, earthquake, and then this massive flood, people running, so many people missing. Our hearts, our prayers go out to everybody in Nepal and everybody who's missing a loved one, and sending so much love. But in the US, I think it was in Florida somewhere, Miami. Family, they just come off a car, there's thunder and lightning. The mum's like, okay, I'm gonna get something from the car. Takes the little daughter, follows her. Both of them instantly were killed by lightning.
Damn.
The man was in bits. He literally came in with his wife and 2 children, and within seconds, one of his children and his wife are gone.
We just gotta wake up and pray every day, man, because we never know when is the time, when it's time. Yeah.
So Luani, please.
Oh my God! I've just seen. Oh my goodness me! I've just seen what happened. Then I missed this today. I can't believe what I just seen. Wow.
In Nepal.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
it's horrible.
It was crazy.
I completely missed this. I didn't know. My
What's
goodness.
happening in
scary,
Nepal?
Yeah.
It's one of
Did
the
you see the
most
size of that
scariest-
wave? Do you see the size of the wave?
Yeah. Irfan, it took over like a whole building, like a. It took bridges with it.
No, it took a
all
whole
the
dam
homes
out. It
with
took like a whole dam out.
Yeah. And it took out a whole like a city center kind of like a massive building. The people are literally running. That's what I'm saying. It's like a sci-fi movie, like these disaster movies. People are running.
Crazy.
400 people are missing.
Yeah.
So many people. Boy, oh boy.
Prayers to them.
Horrific. Wow.
Yeah. Not earthquake, man. It's crazy.
Big up, guys. I'm gonna
Yo, Luani,
head
listen,
home.
you get
I'll
yourself-
see you
listen,
guys.
I'm quite disappointed with the people in the chat tonight. Big up Luani. Make sure you check Luani out at Marwan Luani 1979 on X. Luani, you need to start doing little videos on it.
Moreni, yes.
Moreni Luani.
That's it.
No, I like my therapy here. Trust me, I can bounce my opinions against
Thing is, I'm
the
not sure
panels.
you're getting it, Luani. I'm not sure you're getting it at the moment. I'm not sure you are. I wish you were. But
Oh, trust me, I love it here. I love it here.
no, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Good night, guys.
I'm joking.
Big
Yeah,
up.
Lonnie. Big up, man.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up to you. Appreciate you, man. Make sure you check him out on X. People, I'm quite so disappointed with the audience tonight. Honestly, the channel is shadow banned. We got 25 of you. All you have to do is like the video. 25 of you. That means 150 likes. So the least you could do is like the video. So 25 of you, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Big up Irfan. Irfan, how was the festival? Did you play well? Was it good to see Blue? How was Blue?
You know what, Nuruddin? You know, driving to Bournemouth or Wimborne St. Giles, it's like a 5-hour drive. But to be honest with you, Nuruddin, that festival drives me insane. It's 18,000 people, right? It's like 15 stages. And, you know, you just walk through it. You get beaten up by sound everywhere you go. You can't get away from it. You suddenly think the sound is gone, and next minute another one arrives. And you know me, I don't partake in stuff because it's my job. I'm not out there, you know, doing 6 E's and, you know, getting out of it.
Was it good as last year? Was it good as last year? I was there last year. You were there last year. Was it good as last year?
Well, I preferred it last year. But to be honest with you, Nuruddin, we had very mellow weather. You would have enjoyed it. The problem is like at the night, the daytime's all right with all the live stuff, Ethiopian music, jazz, hip hop, all kinds of stuff. Live is really good. Live gets a big tick. But in the nighttime, what they do is they sell day tickets. So it's like half of London turns up, you know, whatever portions of London turn up in the evening, you know, to see Kenny Dope, you know, DJing. Nuruddin, I was in the main area, ready to hear him. And next minute, you know, 5 people came around me, like I couldn't even move. Literally, I had to push to get out because that's how dangerous it was. They don't like manage the stage, you know, like when they get busy at night, because you buy a day ticket and you go to the nighttime parties and you can't move. So they should have had someone at the door saying, right, it's too busy, one in, one out.
How did he play?
Listen, there was a lot. You would have enjoyed the music, Nuruddin. Not that much is broken normally, but you know what I would say if someone said to me, it's one of the best audiences you'll see down south for a festival. It's one of the best. And it's one of the most mixed as well. Like racially, it's very, very mixed, you know, and that's the thing. You know, and it's peaceful. There's no security, there's nothing. I mean, if you want to get out of it, it's a free-for-all. I swear to God. But you know, you'll see. You know, maybe we come next year, you'll see.
Yeah. Well, I need to stay. I need to box to stay somewhere because I can't be.
No, you can stay with us. We don't. I didn't camp. I stay in Bournemouth 25 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I
need a shower. I need a shower. I need sleep. I can't sleep when everyone's raving in the campsite.
Yeah, I had 2 friends who stayed in Bournemouth in uni accommodations.
Yeah, that's what. So I did that last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it. You can do that.
Right. Well, big up, Cameron. Arsenal favorite, one of the favorites for the Champions
he's called
League.
Honeymoon Cameron. He's not called Cameron. He's called Honeymoon Cameron.
Man.
Different thing.
Listen, they're dominating the next couple of years, man. They're dominating the next couple of years.
It's there for us, yeah. Champions League.
It is there at the moment. It looks like it.
Champions League. You're having a laugh. Champions League. You're having until you win it. I'm gonna start singing those songs to you.
Do you guys think you'll get out the league stage?
Champions. Yeah, I think we're gonna do well in the Champions League.
I love that. Nuruddin's like, yeah.
I'm telling you, we are. Listen, Spurs got out of the group last season. They finished 15th. What does that tell you?
Yeah, but Nuruddin,
I worry about us in the
they had
league,
a little
in the
bit of
Premier
form
League.
in the Champions League. It was strange.
Listen.
They had a little bit of form, and they did. They weren't the shitty Spurs that we saw in the league.
Do you know the reason why we're gonna do well, Cameron?
Yeah.
Because teams are gonna attack us. Every team's gonna have a go, and we're gonna get space. Our players love space. We like to boom the ball up front.
You said this about Hull.
No, I'm not. Hull is different. They went 1-0 up and they sat back and gave us the ball, and we couldn't break them down.
Yeah.
In Europe, teams
and
attack.
you know what,
if
Cameron,
it's like
that's a
last
good
season,
tactic
if it's
against
like
Man
last,
United. That's a
listen.
very good
By the
tactic
way,
against Man United.
I swear to God, Cameron, I knew Hull was going to be a tough game, but everybody tells me I'm negative, and I'm like, we're going to win 3-0, guys.
Bruno hat trick. Yeah. No, I'm interested. I'm very curious how Carrick football does in Champions League. I think it could go either way. I won't be surprised to see it do well.
Teams are going to attack us. We're going to get room. You'll see. Teams are
and they
going to
might
attack
score
us.
though. That's the downside is when you get attacked, they might score 1 or 2 and it's over.
Well, this is the thing. We're going to concede and we're going to score.
No, but hang on.
Yeah,
Jokes
big old man
aside,
like
though,
Stephen Kramer. He's not been on the channel for ages. He works mad times. Big up Stephen Kramer.
Oh yes,
One of the legends, one of the original subscribers
Stephen,
on this channel. I think when we were like 50 subscribers, Stephen Kramer was one of the 50 subscribers.
Yeah, he was.
One of
big
the
up
oldest
Stephen.
subscribers on this
Big
channel,
up.
man. Big up Stephen Kramer.
But
up the
Nuruddin,
Celtic.
look, Cameron, look.
Hard luck the other night, but up the Celtic.
No, it's just a bit of reality. Look, when you just come aside from it and like you're a shadow or a ghost looking at us lot. The honest truth is that this is like 1 year or whatever, 8 months into a new manager. Your guy's been there for 6 years, so the reality is it does catch up with you. And if the way I see it, if he can survive a year, it's a positive for him. To me, it's a survival year. It's nothing else. Can he survive? Can he show he's got the acumen to develop the team in the league, progress it, and then get used to Champions League football and also play the cups? That's his challenge. Not what he does. Can he survive the year without the team falling to bits? That's how I see the season.
Right. You guys love traditions and stuff like United as well. So is it important for him to bed in youngsters and play the right style of football, or are you not bothered at this point?
No, it's important to do that, but you got to do that carefully. You're like putting these guys like Euro and Heaven in such difficult positions when they ain't ready is a real risk. I just told you before about your peak. These guys are well below their peak, but the Premier League is brutal. It doesn't care if you're 16, 17. Can you do it? It's not interested if you're a child or not. Can you do it? Because it's men against boys when you watch these kids. I've seen Aiden's fantastic sometimes, but then I see him make bad mistakes, and that's because he's youth. He shouldn't be in that situation. He should only come in when we need to use him. That's when he should come in. But this is the thing. It hasn't got right yet. You know, that's why I'm really doubtful about this guy at the moment. I don't see anything yet, but I'd love to be proved wrong.
Yeah.
Yo, Mark Buck, Celtic are the best, some one of the greatest football clubs in the history of world football. So go and suck on one, yeah? Prick.
Really? What's that? I don't understand. What's that?
Idea saying some prick Rangers fan, fascist properly, telling me Celtic are shit. Celtic are not shit, mate. They're
I don't
some
even
of the
see that. I don't know where
fan
that is.
bases in the world. Some of the greatest fan bases in the world.
No, they are a special team. They remind me of the Basque teams in Spain.
Yeah, that's who they are. Yeah,
yeah,
Gaelic,
they're like the Basque teams in Spain. Like nothing like in Spain. They're very special people. They believe they've got high levels of empathy and they got a social conscience, unlike most dumbass football fans. Sorry. All right, okay. On that note,
people. At the end of the way, big up to everybody. Big up to Airfan. Big up to everybody. Please, people, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Big up Cameron, Arsenal fan, our resident Arsenal fan here.
It's amazing you got an Arsenal fan on the show.
Yeah, you know what? But he's not a deluded gunner. That's why I like having Cameron on. He's not a deluded gunner.
I appreciate it, man. Honestly, Nuruddin, it's always a pleasure.
Nuruddin, he doesn't understand that I grew up with Arsenal fans in the 70s from the days of Frank Stapleton. Yes, I remember. I know Arsenal's history going back to Liam Brady. I understand that team inside out. I've seen him for 40 years, that team.
Special club. You know, in my eyes, we're the two. I think Arsenal United are the two, especially for the last.
I don't know. I think
years.
Liverpool would have something to say about that.
I don't know. Will they still talk about it when
I see it as us and Liverpool, and then you're in the mix as well. That's how I see it.
Okay, I'll take that.
That's
Yeah,
how I see
no,
it,
that's
honestly.
what my dad said.
Historically, it's always been us and them, and then you
Yeah.
guys were just, headbutting us from below, trying to get in there. That's how I see it. But you got to win 3 or 4 to become a serious team again, because you haven't won for so long. You've got to win 3 or 4, and I'd be interested to see if your man can do it.
I don't think we'd play have a core philosophy that's good enough to have a period like that. I think we might win this year. I think after this year we'll see the team break, because it's hard for South football to play as well.
Yeah, but you know what? You've got a sort of Marino vibe about you, and you got a rock solid defense. You're all about. You don't care about winning. All you care about, as long as they don't score. That's your philosophy.
Yeah.
That's who you are. It's the ugliest football I've seen Arsenal ever play. But much as we slagged him off all year round for playing this way, he actually got. He did get that little bit of luck, and he won.
Yeah.
So once you win the league, it's a whole different story. You can now say, no, guys, you got it all wrong. I proved you, because the facts don't lie. History is revealed because he won. So it's a different game now. Yeah, I think he's given himself a lot of breathing space now.
This is it. Yeah, I think he's got a nice bit, like probably this year and next year, to really go for it with this team. But I think this team goes as far as Gabriel and Saliba do. I think if we lose
my
one of
problem
them,
with it, truthfully, is that I can't see that football you're playing sustainable in the modern game. You have to be more attacking than you are. You got your defensive midfield. You've got to be more attacking. You got to take it to teams, and I don't see you doing that.
Maybe we need Bruno.
Listen. You need a creator anyway. You need a creator. You really do.
We do. Odegaard looks good. Odegaard looks refreshing and good, but we do. We need somebody else.
No. Listen, he's definitely not the guy. He's definitely not the guy.
You're not a fan?
No.
Wow.
He's been found out because he was like the guy. He was a little bit of the glue, and he would throw those passes between the lines. He was good at that. But at the end of the day, I don't see him being listen, he was your captain, and he was getting taken off all the time. He wasn't even playing all the games. Now, can you imagine Bruno not playing all of the games? Compare that to Odegaard. Odegaard's your captain.
And listen,
he had a lot of injury problems.
We could be here all day and night.
He's not effective.
Big up to Odegaard. I like Odegaard. I think he's going to have a good season. He had a fantastic World Cup. I think he could have a good season. Anyway, listen,
we'll see.
Make sure you check out Irfan at Irfan Rainey on X. That's all politics stuff. And Irfan Rainey on Insta. Make sure you check out Ben, Elmo39 on X, Elmo20 on Twitch and TikTok. Irfan Rainey on Insta Music. Make sure you check him out there. Right? People, I need 17, 15 of you to like the video, and we've had a good night. Big up to Cameron. Our non-deluded gunner.
And big up to everyone in the chat who's been here from
Big up everyone in the chat. Big up Just Waffling. Big up to everybody. Big up all the mods. Big up to everybody.
Everyone.
Free speech here, man. As long as you give it, I can give it back.
Yeah.
But
Who have you guys got next?
Up the fucking Irish. We got the Tractors, the Tractor Boys on Sunday. We got Ipswich. And they're a better team than Hull.
They spent almost 200 million or something.
They spent more money than Manchester United, yeah?
Unbelievable. Yeah. What a world we're living in. You told me that 10 years ago. I said, you're crazy.
They've got to. How are they going to survive? They can't keep going back down. They've got to try and break the
back. They're trying to stay up there, fan. They're going to try to stay up. They are.
You know, Cameron. Let me tell you something, Cameron. I'm old enough to remember when they beat us 6-0. Ipswich. Arnold Muir and Franz Tyson, Paul Mariner. I remember when they dicked us 6-0.
Not as bad as that Sunday.
That was the days in winter when it was orange football. Look at, put it on YouTube.
I remember when we beat them 9-1.
9-1. We beat them 9-1. That was much later.
Andy Cole got five.
That was Andy Cole time. Yeah, I was Andy Cole.
5 goals. Yeah, he scored 5 that day.
Yeah.
I sneaked in twice. I got chucked out. Went back in. You know.
Yeah. It's when we had Gary Bailey in net back in the day.
God, Irfan knows the 1970s, 80s, man. Listen,
80s,
big up to everybody. Free Palestine, free Lebanon, free the Congo, free Sudan. The struggle is all one, people. It's imperialism, it is militarism, and it is colonization. That's what people are fighting.
Yeah.
F the SIO, man. F the SIOs wherever they are, man. F them. Big up and love to everybody who loves freedom, who wants a liberated world. Solidarity and love to all the people of Nepal, of Palestine, of Iran, of Yemen. Free all these places, man, of Congo, Sudan, like I said. Big up to especially people in Lebanon. What's happening to them is disgrace. solidarity and love.
Mm.
We'll be back for the preview, hopefully Saturday night. If you're around, Cameron, jump on. Earth, if you're around.
Sweet.
If not, Saturday evening. Yeah. Earth, and don't go anywhere. I'm going to end the show, but I need to ask you something. Big up, love Cameron. Big up to
See you later,
everybody
boys.
tuning in.
Pleasure.
Take care.
See ya.
Take care.
Take care, Cameron.